Hello and welcome to Build Up to Good Game. We're an hour and 5 minutes away from kickoff. The lineups are already out, of course, because it's European night. The West Ham team is on your screen as we speak. We'll take a little look at it in a minute. There's no surprises. Well, there was a surprise. Jarrod Bowen returned training yesterday, but between yesterday and today, there's been no surprises. Possibly what you would expect David Moyes to do. I think there was one player that I thought would play rather than one player. I thought Ben Johnson would be left back, not Aaron Cresswell. The rest of it, as predicted. But that's the West Ham team on your screen. Anyway, West Ham have it all to do. As we know, 2 goals down. I'm not going to lie, I've got a little bit of excitement in me. It's just pure hope. Pure hope. Logically, you're looking for me to give you reasons that we're going to win tonight. It ain't coming. But if you're wanting a bit of excitement, if you're wanting blind faith, I've got that in abundance. I'm excited. We'll get the first goal. You just never know. But huge game. Just been watching. I've been a bit like John and Simon. Just been watching the first half of the Lille-Villa game. 1-0 Lille. And yeah, I can't lie. I was a bit like John, taking an interest just in case Francesca is the next West Ham manager. And tactically, he's 1-up against Emery tonight. So that's reasonably impressive. Anyway, right, let's have a little look. Oh, for God's sake, Charlie, we've got the Ward-Prowse thing again. You did it at the weekend. Can you change the Ward-Prowse bit? Get rid of the comma and put the hyphen, please. We've got 2 players there. Hang on. Go say that. Say again.
Hang on. You typed that up, not me.
No, I copied. I used the weekend's one. I just deleted.
All right, for the listeners, Gio, or watchers, I signed on a second ago before the show started to type the teams in, and Gio went, don't worry, I've done the West Ham side. I hadn't done the bench or anything, just I'd done the starting 11, and I went, cool, perfect, and then got on with the rest of it. And just to prove it, if you look at the one I typed up at the bottom, it has Ward-Prowse with the line in between. So thank you very much.
I went into the one from the weekend and just deleted Emerson, typed in Cresswell, and carried on. I didn't touch James.
That sounds like a you problem to me. Yeah.
Anyway, okay, I'll take the blame. Right, there you go. Right, that's a team. Ward-Prowse is just one player, though. There's not Ward and Prowse. But the West Ham team is as follows. Lucas Fabianski in goal. The back four, Vladimir Soufal, Kurt Zouma, Nathan Gerd, and Aaron Cresswell. A midfield 3, you'd imagine James Ward-Prowse would sort of be a number 10 here, but of Edson Alvarez and Thomas Souček. Then a front 3 of Jarrod Bowen on the right, Mohamed Kudus on the left, and Michail Antonio up front. That's what we're expecting it to be anyway. And I'm happy with it. I would have preferred Johnson over Cresswell because I had a concern regarding Frimpong. Spoiler, he's not playing for Leverkusen tonight. He's not starting for Leverkusen tonight. So that sort of calmed me down a little bit. But with Mavropanos out, which he is, Mavropanos is unavailable tonight. There's only so much Moyes could do, really, with the players available. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with the midfield 3 as long as they can function as a team, and I'm really happy with that front 3 of Kudus, Bowen, and Antonio. It's got me a little bit excited, to be honest with you, when I see that one. That Bowen on the right, Kudus on the left, Antonio up front. I'm looking forward to this because. Last week, we were 1 attacker short. I know Paqueta was there, but he doesn't have that pace or that direct running on the counter-attack that Kudus and Bowen could offer you. So it feels better tonight than it did last week. And obviously, we've got an extra player in midfield as well. So we'll probably see the James Ward-Prowse getting up, but I wouldn't mind Thomas Souček being the one that gets forward on occasions as well. Just try to get in the box, get a bit of height in the box. So we are going to start putting crosses in because, listen, Skinny Gio may not be quick. He never was the quickest, but he's slower than he used to be. But one thing he's still got is an absolute wonderful delivery. So if Cresswell can venture forward occasionally and get some delicious crosses in, I'd prefer Thomas Souček to be in the box. But there you go. That's the that's the West Ham team this evening. We'll take a look at the bench now. We're 1 short. We don't even have a full bench tonight. That's how few options Moyes has got. So on the bench, we've got Anang and Nightbridge. So despite Areola being back in training yesterday, he has not been named among the substitutes for West Ham this evening. We've also got Ben Johnson and Maxwell Cornet. Danny Ings is on there alongside Angelo Ogbonna. And the remaining 4 are academy players. Divine Mubama, I mean, first team / academy, but he's on there alongside Casey, Sawyer, and Lewis Orford. Obviously, we couldn't use George Earthy because of what happened at the weekend. He's better now. He's out of hospital and stuff, but because he was concussed, he cannot feature for this game, and he won't be able to play against Crystal Palace either. Emerson suspended, Paqueta suspended, Mavropanos injured. Calvin Phillips also returned to training yesterday, but is not named among the substitutes either. So 3 players returned yesterday, but only Jarrod Bowen is in the actual squad today. So that's the bench for the Hammers this evening. What I want to do now is we will jump straight on and take a look at the Leverkusen team, because I see an interesting lineup. It's sort of an interesting lineup for Alonso. In goal is Kovar. He continues in goal for Leverkusen, this sort of European goalkeeper, their first choice goalkeeper, remaining on the bench. A back 3 of Hincapié, Ta, and Kusunu, with Stanisic at right wing back and Grimaldo at left wing back. Granit Xhaka will partner Palacios in midfield once again, with Wirtz and Tella as the 2 number 10s playing behind Schick. So Boniface and Hoffman remain on the bench for the Bundesliga champions this evening. But that is your starting 11 for Leverkusen. I'm a bit surprised he's gone with Stanisic on the right-hand side, but pushes Tella more central. He came on at wing back against us last week, Taylor did, but he will start alongside Wirtz, just in behind Schick. So a similar looking 11, but there's a few changes from Xabi Alonso, but it's not what I would consider to be the strongest 11 for Leverkusen, but certainly not West Ham's strongest 11 either. Anyway, is there a poll in the live chat, Charlie? I can't see it. Is there? I assume there is one because people are discussing it.
There is a poll in the live chat.
There's a live poll in the live chat now for options to select from. Can you let us know which one reflects your opinion on the West Ham starting 11 this evening? Whatever one thinks reflects your opinion closest, and we'll get the results when Bevo joins us a little bit later on. He's playing God at the minute, voice only, but when he joins us on screen, and the Ward Prowse shirt will move out of picture. Anyway, the bench for the Bundesliga. I appreciate I'm flying through this tonight, but there's no surprises. The lineups came out 20 minutes ago, but it's just for those who perhaps are unaware. And then what I'll do is I'll turn my attention to the live chat, see what you're all saying. We'll compile a little bit, and hopefully one of you can win some money tonight. But the bench for Bayer Leverkusen this evening, Radzeki is on the bench. That's their number 1 goalkeeper and their captain, as well as Lom. And I've got a numerical order, and so does Charlie, actually. Hoffman is on the bench, as well as Andrik, who's a centre midfielder. Tapsoba is on there, who's a centre-back, along with Arthur and Adley, who's a number 10. Boniface, who came off the bench and scored the second goal last week, scored again at the weekend. He is on the bench. Frimpong, as we know, is a right wing-back. He is on the bench alongside Pureta and Izakor. They are the bench for the Bundesliga champions. They have one additional player than West Ham tonight on the bench. Can't even have a full bench. Anyway, that's the team. So let's see what you're all saying. I'm going to take some comments from yourself. When I do the bet giveaway, there's going to be no phrase that pays because you're providing the content. And that should be told, you lot watching live, getting involved in live chat, are providing the content. So just get involved. Give us your thoughts on the West Ham team, the Leverkusen team, or any big hopes or fears you have ahead of tonight. Not your score predictions, though. We don't want your score predictions just yet. We'll have a look and see what you're all saying. We've got this one here from Matty, says we miss a captain to keep players accountable on the pitch. Too many players go AWOL mid-games. We've always been a team with strong captains, and I think we missed that on nights like tonight. There was I was listening to the Under the Kosh podcast. They've got James Collins on. It's fantastic listen, highly recommend it. And he was speaking about Martin Noble as a captain and just what he used to do for people. You know, a new signing would come over, Martin Noble would help them find a house and stuff like that. And you did listen to it thinking we don't really have that anymore. I assume we don't have that anymore. Mancunian said, which players of ours do you think would get into their team? It depends on the formation, Mancunian. Are we going West Ham's formation or are we going Bayer Leverkusen's formation? I always think that's got to be in consideration. One of my pet hates, I don't know why, right? One of my pet hates is, do you know when Team of the Season come out and people start shoehorning players in other positions? Like, I'll see team of the season come out and I'll have Salah playing left wing. What? Because you want Saka and Salah, you now just move one of them over to... No, just pick a left winger. You're going to go 4-3-3, pick a left winger. You can't just pick two right wingers. He's, in your opinion, been the best player this season, playing right wing. You can't just... Anyway, it's just a little thing that annoys me. Charles says Jarrod Bowen is on the Zuma painkillers. David G says he doesn't know why. He feels confident. I think we're all a bit like that. I've got a little bit like a little bit of optimism and enthusiasm in me. Now my head's saying, "Stop it! Just stop it! We're going out. Stop it!" But there's just a bit in me that says, "Do you know what? We could do this." I don't like to crush that voice, because if you ain't got that, then what's the point? You'll just be miserable 24/7. I'm miserable enough without being miserable about football. Hammer Boy says nothing we didn't know already. Interesting opposition teams, though. I'm so nervous but so excited. We can do this. That front three need to be amazing. Marta says if we want to win, Antonio needs to be good. Lewis says Kasunu and Hincapi are quite fast. Wonder if they're in to deal with the counter attacks. Dave doesn't like the lineup. It's just more of the same. Howard Boy says it's a big night for James Ward-Prowse. Needs to be a constant link between defence and attack. Avid said tonight's our last hope for European football next year. 7th in the league is pretty unrealistic at this point. So this is it. And Moyes doesn't throw the kitchen sink at them. He needs to be gone in the morning. Steve thinks we're going to ship the first goal and implode. Barry said he would love to see Bowen and Kudus and Antonio get at them from the start and don't sit back. We need to be greedy for goals tonight. William says there is always a chance. Robbie thinks we're going to do it 4-0. Iron says we've got... This is a bit of optimism. And then Ben says we've got no chance. Ben, that's my head as well. My head says it's just there's none. Game Riot is on his way to the game. He's shouting, come on, Irons, at the live chat as well. Joshua says, hopefully Alvarez back in 11 allows Souček higher. Hopefully he ends up in a headband again and we get to see prime Souček. Colin Wood says, it's the hope that keeps us alive. James is saying that Gareth Crooks keeps putting Declan Rice left midfield. I wouldn't even bother. A2 says he's a Newcastle fan, but he's wishing us good luck. There's an Olympiacos fan earlier was wishing us good luck as well. It's weird having non-West Ham fans saying good luck. Don't know why a Newcastle fan would do it. I get why a Spurs fan would be wishing us luck on the small smidgen that we can overturn this, go on and win it, and then fifth gets Champions League. Not sure about Newcastle. John says, I'm not nervous because there's no chance. If we score, I'll be pacing the floor. Guy said if we win, Grave or lose this tie, I think it wouldn't be a bad thing to reset next season as we have a lot to do with our squad. Dean said he's lost his broadband, so it doesn't look like I'll be watching. You can use your phone. Can you not tether your television? I'm assuming you've got like a smart TV or something. Can you not tether your TV to your phone? Use your phone as the Wi-Fi? Just a suggestion. If not, I guess you're going to be keeping Charlie company in live chat for the evening. Grouch says it's a free hit. Players shouldn't feel pressure. Fans shouldn't feel pressure. We lose, we lose. Hopefully the players and fans have fun. We've got this in us. Ryan thinks we're going to win, but by a goal, 1-0 or 2-1. But I can also see us losing 3-0 or 3-1, depending on which way we set out. I know you've been a bit greedy with the score predictions here, Ryan, but I get what you're saying, actually. I do get it. Riaz says we do root for home nation teams, though. Speak for yourself. I don't. I don't. Is that a thing? Is that a thing? Do people root for home nation teams? I can't say I do, truth be told. I don't necessarily root for them to lose. I just watch it as a neutral and I don't have a dog in the fight, do I? I'm not that bothered. So I certainly don't sit here wishing on Man United. I want Man U out ASAP, truth be told. I wish I'm cheering on home nations. Anyway, right then, let's see what you're all saying. Paul says we just sort out from top down. Jay says we'd help the coefficient for Newcastle and us staying in European football. Yeah, I guess so. I think they'll be okay. I think they will. Newcastle will finish 6th, is what I'm badly trying to say. I think they'll be okay. Right then, Daniel said Moyes' pre-match statement that we're going to have to play smart, so we're not going for the win from the start. This worries him. Well, yeah, you said that, but Moyes said that, not you. But Kudus said we have to go for it, and we're going to have to play differently tonight, and we're going to have to go for it from the start. And there was a other player, might have been Edson Alvarez, also said we're going to have to play differently tonight and go get the win. So while Moyes has said we're going to have to play smart, two important players that are starting tonight have said we need to go. We're doing something different. I think Moyes, benefit of the doubt a little bit. I know. I think Moyes is maybe keeping his cards close to his chest. He always does it. Same with player fitness and stuff. How often has he pretended someone's injured and they've rocked up and played? He's always been quite coy. But I think tonight, I think you'll see cautious. I think we'll be cautious from the start. But I also think we'll come out and it might just be them three that attack full on. But I do think you'll see a change of approach because, like I said, it's when Kudus says we've got to do something different and go for it, that got me excited. I'm not going to lie. It got me excited. Just ignoring what Moyes says. I've tried to ignore a lot of Moyes' press conferences, especially after we lose, because I think he's just going to annoy me. Like the Fulham game, I tried to ignore what Moyes had said after the Fulham game, because I thought he will say something that's going to wind me up. But then Gonzo brings it up and tells me what he said, and it winds me up then. Stuart says, let's keep our fingers crossed that Paqueta, Souček and Ward-Prowse play more forward passes than backwards. Charles said Ward-Prowse shouldn't hog all the direct free kicks. There's been a couple of occasions I think it's suited a left footer. But tonight, there's no pressure on Kudus. Obviously, Kudus on Ward-Prowse. Obviously, in the Premier League, he gets a direct free kick. Oh, you're gonna match David Beckham's record now. That doesn't exist in European football. The record's for Premier League only. So gets a direct free kick. There's no Beckham pressure on him. So there you go. I don't know. Lille are currently 2-0 up. So if there was any smidgen of hope of the England coefficient, I think we can scrunch that up and put it in the bin because I think we needed Villa to go on and win the Conference League and us or Liverpool to turn it around and go on and win the Europa League. So there goes 8th place from European footballs in the bin. Right. We need to have a little gamble, don't we? Well, I'm gambling, sharing the winnings, should it win. Gonzo's not here. Chances of winning increases. The last 3 bets we've won, Gonzo hasn't been here. So I'm not saying he's a bad omen. He's just bad at betting. He's ambitious, though. He's ambitious. Right. What we all fancying tonight, then? What we all fancying for the bet giveaway? Let's see if we can get it up to a tasty, I don't know, 20 to 1 or something. See if we can get 100 quid for somebody. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Somebody to get 100 quid. That'd be lovely. I'd enjoy that. Both teams to score shout coming in from Lewis. I quite like that because we're going to have to go for it. And as a result, we're going to be open at the back. A tab booking has been mentioned by somebody. I quite like that shout as well because he doesn't mind a booking in the Bundesliga from town. I'm not going to look it up. He's definitely had a handful. Alvarez, Creswell. See, if Creswell was against Frimpong, I'd be all, yes, let's go for it. But up against Stanisic, maybe Taylor will get out there. We'll see. But right, okay, let's start building this. Both teams to score. Let's whack that in. Player card. I'm doing a Gonzo if I start whacking in players to get booked though, am I? Kudus yellow up against Grimaldo. He behaved himself last week. Kudus, he didn't do any fouls, which is unlike him actually. Bowen 2 shots, somebody said. I like that. I like a Jarrod Bowen 2 shots. We've got to go for a Verts 2 shots as well. Shooting from distance. Creswell card. Everybody says Creswell card. Right, come on, Skinny Gio. Where are you? Where are you, Skinny Gio? There we go. That'll do. That will do. £95. We'll make it 100. Let's round up to £100. If this bet wins, one of you lot will win £100 cash. There's 4 things needed in tonight's game. We need both teams to score. We need Jarrod Bowen and Florian Wirtz to have 2 shots each. And we need Aaron Creswell to receive a booking. If those 4 things happen, one of you lot will win £100. If you've just interacted in live chat, you're already entered. There's no phrase that pays, and anybody that says what phrase pays tonight, excluded, removed. Hey, by the way, Robert, patrons, get over to Patreon, log in and do your score prediction if you haven't already done, please. Predict the score, predict the first score of the game. Sign Lucas Paqueta's shirt, which is over there. It's up for grabs tonight again. So if you're a patron and you haven't already done your score predictions, log in now, please, and get it in. It's included in your subscription. So get involved. Right then, Robert, thank you. You secured a guest. I don't know if you watched Naked over on the old Patreon this week. Robert asked us a question. Myself and Gonzo started discussing it, and Gonzo started talking about a podcast host and said, I love this guy. I didn't know Gonzo liked him. So I messaged him, and he's coming on for a little interview. He's coming on for a little chat about West Ham soon. So because of Robert here, we've got a guest coming up, which Gonzo absolutely loves. I've always sort of followed him, and he's always followed me. We've never spoken, but I just didn't know Gonzo absolutely loved him. So thanks to Robert, we were able to have a little interaction. I was able to discover that he likes it. But next week, we've got a live Q&A with Mark Ward. That's April's Q&A, Mark Ward. Right, let's see what you're all saying in the live chat. Keep getting your thoughts in about the West Ham team, Bayer Leverkusen team, any big hopes or fears. No score predictions, so we don't want them. Vin says, Hart says we'll win. Head says no chance. Cynic in me says we'll win 1-0 with a dodgy Dizzle goal at 90. No, that would hurt. I can see us winning 1-0. Us winning 1-0 is very West Ham, that we stop Leverkusen going unbeaten, but we get put out at the same time. There's something about it that feels very West Ham about it. Sam says we'll be knackered by 90 minutes, so I can't see us. Yeah, I don't want extra time. Big ask winning by 2 goals, but winning by 3 seems a bit of a ridiculous ask. But yeah. Leo is worried that the tactics that we will use, Moyes doesn't know how to do them. I get that. I get that. I mean, like I said, my head is definitely suggesting the same thing, because Leverkusen aren't going to come out and park the bus. They're going to come out and try and get a goal ASAP, kill this tie dead in the water. So that's makes my head go, oh yeah, I think we'll struggle tonight. But I don't know, just football. All you have to do is look at this. Look at Lille right now, 2-0 up against Aston Villa, and currently knocking Villa out of the Conference League, as a few people have said. Winning this little 2-bob European trophy is not that easy, is it? Potentially the new West Ham manager has just knocked, or is going to knock, Unai Emery out of the Conference League. Josh said, heard reports of Moyes wanting to move on in summer. I doubt it's reliable. It's not. It's Talk Sports Alex Crook. He's the worst source in the world. I'm sure he's a good journalist, but when it comes to sort of news, when it comes to breaking news, I've yet to see him get anything right. I can't remember which club it was. He got it horrifically wrong. It was Nottingham Forest. Oh, it was Nottingham Forest. He broke the news Steve Cooper had been sacked, and he got sacked about 8 months later. But he did the whole breaking exclusive. Steve Cooper has been sacked, and obviously he didn't get sacked. Yeah, I'm not. When I see Alex Crook as the source, I sort of take it with a pinch of salt. Stevie said Alvarez worries him. Early yellow, and he's on a tightrope. Yeah. But I think, actually, no, I can't even do it. Yeah, I get it. Johnny says, lineup is expected with Jarrod Bowen back. It does shine a light further on our terrible planning during January. Even an out-of-form Ben Rama would be useful. Dave, would we accept a tanking tonight if it guaranteed Moyes was sacked in the morning? No, I would not. I want to win tonight. And it's possible that you can want to win tonight, but don't want David Moyes retained in the summer. That's where I am. I will always put West Ham above anything. My like or dislike for a certain manager or a certain player, West Ham winning will always come first and foremost. The best thing for the club. And I know people would argue, say, well, that's Moyes going. But like I said, we could go through and Moyes still go. I think that would be the best thing for the club. So no, I would not accept a tanking if it meant Moyes going. I would like to win tonight. I want the semi-final of the Europa League. I don't believe it. I don't think it'll happen, but it's what I want, Dave. I want to win at all costs. Michael says he follows my have no expectations, you can't be disappointed, but it would be so West Ham to turn the magic on. Early goal, 2-2, full-time extra time win, beat Atalanta in the final. Billy Connolly, that's where I got it from, Michael. That famous philosopher, Billy Connolly. I remember him saying, if you expect nothing, you can't be disappointed. Somehow I've expected nothing sometimes and still been disappointed. But yeah, that's where I got it from. Not sure I should be taking life advice from the big yin, but here I am. I heard it about 20 odd years ago and it stuck with me then. Steve says, massive ass tonight, just can't see us winning. Hope I'm wrong. And that is what I think most people are. I think most people, one thing I dislike is when people say, well, someone says, I think we're going to lose, and someone will say, why don't you just get behind the team? They've not said they're not. It's possible to think and want to be proven wrong, just like Steve is. Steve thinks we're going to lose, but he hopes we win. I just assume everybody's like that, but there's a few people that aren't. But I just find it strange when people get angry that other people predict something negative. In the preview, myself and Gonzo predicted a defeat, and there was a couple of comments saying, oh, this is negative, where's positivity? Well, what do you want us to do? Do a preview and go, Leverkusen? Nothing. Not arsed. Roll them over. Soft touch. We'll beat them. No problem. 6-0 West Ham. What's the point in that preview? That's not going to be enjoyable for anybody, is it? I mean, it's already sort of not very enjoyable. Don't need to make it any less enjoyable. Brian said, Alex Cook said, Henderson's going nowhere, and the next day signed for Ajax. Hey, Fabrizio Romano's got a little bit of egg on his face with Felipe Anderson, hasn't he? Felipe Anderson, Romano had said he's going to Juve, and the next day it was announced Felipe Anderson signed a pre-contract with that Brazilian club. He's off back to Brazil. So Romano looks a little bit daft in the last couple of days. But then his PR machine's been on a decline recently with the being exposed by Norwegian or Danish or both. I think it was Danish. Danish football exposed him, didn't they? And I think he contacted a club basically saying, do you want to pay me to promote any of your players for sale or something like that? And they were like, what? No. So then they just exposed the thing that Fabrizio Romano was offering people about how if you're an agent or whatever, you can basically buy tweets from Fabrizio Romano. Would explain why he likes a tweet about Jonathan David, Fabrizio Romano, doesn't he? Now, I'm not saying Jonathan David, Leo striker, funnily enough, is paying Romano, but there's a lot of news, a lot of updates regarding Jonathan David's contract situation, isn't there? Constant updates as well. So next time you see him constantly tweeting about the same person or transfer, makes me still a good in the know, by the way. He's still a fantastic journalist. I just think it's funny. Interesting. Right, back to the football, back to this game. Jonathan says our attacking front line are behind the team, behind the fence would be a goal behind. Our attacking front line are behind the team, behind the defence would be behind the goalkeeper if they can. I need Billy Connolly to translate that one for me. That's far too philosophical for me, I think. Mark says almost zero chance of European qualification for 8th. Now looking like Villa are on their way out. Natural said if we faced Atalanta in the final, Scamacca would score a hat-trick against it. He bloody would as well. Although I did see an interesting quote from Scamacca. Obviously, he got a couple of goals at Anfield, didn't he? But Scamacca said that he's had to change his mentality very recently in order to sort of be a better player. So it does. There's a small confession from him there, basically saying that his attitude perhaps wasn't right previously because he got called out from the Atalanta manager earlier in the season because he wouldn't move. He would just stand still. So I think he basically said this guy needs to get involved a bit more. Just like Jesse Lingard's manager in South Korea said that this guy might be popular, but he needs to move about. Pagey Boy asking for the bench. I'll pop up on the screen for you. I won't read it out, but it's on the screen now, Pagey Boy. You have a little look. And anybody else want to know the bench for West Ham? It's on the screen right now. Is Steiden back from Brazil? I don't know. I'd imagine so. He only went to see 4 games. That's 2 days, isn't it? Especially if you go to the right location in Brazil. There's sometimes you're at one city, you could see 4 games. So I'd imagine he just watched 2 Saturday, 2 Sunday. So I'd assume he's back. I'd assume he's there tonight with David Moyes. Maybe it's scarf weather. There was a bit of frost here this morning, so it might be scarf weather for him. But we're leaving scarf weather. Michael wants Villa to go out. It makes his Conference League more credible. I get that. I'm a bit like that as well, actually, because of the coefficient, I was rooting for Villa. But now it's not really going to do any different for West Ham. Yeah, get out of here. Go on. Get out of here. Throw the English team to win the Conference League. You'll never sing that. Alex says, how do we think Bowen looks from the Sky Sports footage? Looked all right, do enough damage. I'm okay. I think I think Bowen's one of those players that will play even though he's injured. It's I know it's a bit, oh well, should we risk him? But there's plenty of players like that actually. You know, Thomas Souček would play even if he lost an eyeball. I think he'd get patched back up. You know, Josh Cullen literally got a tooth kicked out his head and went back on the pitch. Declan Rice was never injured. Jarrod Bowen's rarely injured. We've had some luck with players of the years that just tend not to get injured. So when Bowen's been injured in the past, he does come back pretty quickly and he's usually fine. So I think he's possibly just playing through the pain barrier tonight. But I'm okay with that because we all mumble and grumble about lack of commitment from some players. I won't mention anyone, but people who may get the sniffles before going to the African Cup of Nations might decide that they don't want to play for West Ham. And then you've got a guy that's willing to play through the pain barrier. I think it's a good thing. But Mike said a 70% Bowen's better than 100% Ings. Yeah, we missed him. We missed him last week. When Bowen starts, the chance of winning increases drastically. Dylan says Bowen is going to be up for it today. Charles said Bruce Spine versus losing 2. All right, you know what I meant. It's pain barrier, playing through the pain barrier. I appreciate one injury is a bit more severe and restrictive than the other, however. Maybe I did simplify a bit too much. Stevie said Bowen's England place is in jeopardy from Cole Palmer, so he needs to impress, which shouldn't be in jeopardy from Saka. Definitely wouldn't put him on corner duty. Beardy said it's going to be interesting to see how Creswell and Kudus link up today down the left-hand side. Hope to see Creswell overlapping, getting some decent crosses in for Souček. I actually don't. I don't want to see him overlapping because I actually think Creswell is fantastic at delivering from deep, so that he doesn't actually need to be beyond the 18-yarder to whip in a cross. He's capable of sending in a beautiful cross from 30 yards. I just hope he's on free kicks. I hope he's on corners sometimes, not just forward pass. I think his deliveries are fantastic. But also if he obviously overlaps them and we lose possession, that's a lot of pitch for Creswell to get back. And I don't want to see that. I think we'd be exposing ourselves to the counter-attack from Leverkusen. I think Kudus likes to run at fullbacks. Just get out his way. Just let him run at his man. Stay away. If you overlap, you're basically bringing a defender back to help double up on Kudus. So stay out of Kudus's area, hang back, be an option, and if you need to, whip it in from deep. Get that ball in there. Right, Ross wants to see the lineup. It's back up on your screen. Charlie's popped it up on the screen for you kindly. The West Ham team and the Bayer Leverkusen team, and that's on the screen on the screen for you. Dylan thinks it sneaky feel it could be Creswell tucking into back three and a guard left back. Or at least they can rotate if Creswell is a bit slow. Who would be the third centre back, though? I don't know. Because you need Sufal to be centre back then with Zuma. No, I can't see that one. Stevie Frimpong's not playing. I was worried Frimpong would go at Creswell, but he's on the bench. It's Stanisic that will be right wing back. And then Tella will probably be in a more of a number 10 position, replacing Adley last week. Right then, shall we get on my co-host, Bevo?
Hello, you all right?
How are you feeling? I've got to go in a minute, but before I go, how are you feeling?
I mean, look, we're going to lose, but here's the thing. Usually I go with my head. That's my constant thought is always when I tell you things, I go with my head. And I am fairly confident Like 90% confident we're going to lose. But I don't care tonight. That literally matters not. We could have the most, and I know it's going to be, listen, if there's one person who should want us to play nice at the football, it should be me, because I'm going to have to talk about it non-stop for an hour. But realistically, I don't care what we do today. If we get the win, we get the win. Do I have any hope of it? Honestly, no. I think we're probably going to comfortably lose today. But, listen, hangover maybe, they've rotated a bit. What? Anything could happen. Stranger things have happened, yeah.
Yeah, I'm here for that. I think you're right. I think sometimes you've got to allow the heart to take over a little bit and allow yourself to get carried away. Have a little bit of hope, even if your head says no, it's not going to happen. That's all right. You can, but you've just got to I'm a bit like that. I've loosened up. I've been grumpy all week. I'm fed up of being grumpy. Jarrod Bowen's back. Someone's going to beat Leverkusen this season. I like maths, probability, law of averages. The chances of a manager going unbeaten in every competition, in every game, and his first full season as a senior manager doesn't happen. It does not happen. So
and look, they're in the DFB Pokal final, right? They're in their German FA Cup final, and they're facing a team who are getting relegated from league for the second division. They can win that. They can get a double. It's fine. They don't need a treble.
Yeah,
we can get this one. This one's ours. They can have the others.
Yeah. No need for greed, Xabi. Are you listening?
Do you know
Xabi?
what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Greedy. That's how I describe him.
Yeah, I would as well, with all these top talented players as well. Who does he think he is?
Who does he think he is rocking up with a bench with like Boniface and Tapsoba and Jeremy Frimpong?
Yeah.
Greedy. I remember on old FIFA games on the PS2, you try to buy someone and they go no because they think you're trying to hog all the talent. That's what he's doing. Hog. I would describe Xabi Alonso as many things. Attractive maybe, but he's a greedy boy, and that's the most.
He's one handsome bastard, isn't he?
He's annoying. Every time I make a thumbnail with his bloody face in it, I'm like, this guy. He's on my screen right now. The greedy sod.
He got drenched in beer at the weekend and came out of it looking like he was in like a model advert or something. Do you like the Diet Coke ones?
Yeah.
It looked like he was in one of them or something. This is just unfair. This is. Hey, jeans. Why could I not got those? I'm getting called Fat Creswell, and this guy's rocking around looking like he's ready for a modelling contract. This is just. He's not that much older than me. Not having that. Anyway, right. I need to go. Charlie's with you for the duration of the game. I will join you at half. I will join Charlie at halftime for a 10-15 minute discussion on the first half. Hopefully, not sitting here grumpy going, my head was right. I'm hoping that's not the topic. I'm going to stick with a narrow loss, Charlie, because that's my head. I don't bet with my heart, so I'm going to stick with a narrow loss. But I just pray we can get the first goal. We get the first goal, Charlie. It's on. It is 100%, on. 100%. That stadium will be good. That stadium will be buzzing. That bubbles will be loud at kickoff. And then the players have got, it's over to the players now. Now do something. Get Kudus running at them. Get Bowen running at them. Somebody have a shot that gets tipped over for a corner. Get the crowd on their feet. Keep them with you, because sometimes crowds will have this burst of energy.
Yeah.
Nothing happens and it just dies off. You need to keep the energy alive in the stands. Just have a go at them. And if you can get that first goal, that place will be electric. The roof will come off and it will continue like that. At 0-0, it might be a little bit up and down, peaks and troughs in the atmosphere. But if you're 1-0 up, that atmosphere will stay high until something else, until either they equalise or we get another one, or it goes to can't go to extra time 1-0. But you get my point. The atmosphere will remain. Going 1-0 up at halftime, that place will be rocking for the second half. It's a big ask. It's a huge ask. We've got to do something that nobody's done in 42 games this season, which is beat this Leverkusen side. But Bowen, Kudus and Antonio, if they turn up tonight, we've got a chance. It might only be a 1%, 5% chance, but we've got one. 5% chance is 1 in 20. This could be the one. just score the first bloody goal, and this place will come alive. So
I'm here for it. I love it, Gio. I love it. I'm here for it. Can I just say quickly before we go?
Yeah.
I'm being called miserable again. The world is healing, Gio. I can't wait. We're back in the zone now. I'm back to being the negative.
The thing is, you're not saying anything different to me. I've said exactly the same as Charlie. My head also thinks we will lose. I'm saying the same as Charlie. It's just...
I don't mind what people say. I just like the fact that I've been called the negative one for years, and then all of a sudden over the last 2-3 years, something's flipped and I've become the positive one.
Yeah, you're too positive.
I like being back in my negative hole.
Audi will be along soon to wind you up. Anyway, right, I'm gonna go. Charlie, I'll see you at half time. And if you guys are watching at home, please do subscribe if you're new to Hammer's Chat. Drop a like on the video as well. Keep Charlie company. Be nice to him, and I'll catch up with you at half time.
See you in a bit. There you go. Thank you very much, Gio. Thank you all for joining. Hope you're all well. Hope you're all good. Come on. Second leg. Europa League quarter-finals up against the people who have just won the Bundesliga Championships. They've rotated. It doesn't matter about performance there. I couldn't give less of crap. If we win, that's all that matters. Don't get me wrong. We probably need to perform to win. But you understand what I'm saying. We could have the worst performance I've ever seen from West Ham ever. But if we go through tonight, it won't matter nout. It won't matter now. That's all I care about today. European football. As lots of people have said, 8th seems out of the question now for European football. It seems incredibly unlikely, which means that the only way to get it is to win this competition. I wanted to win it anyway, so that's fine. We're going to do it. It's going to happen. Head saying no, but it's going to happen. It's gonna happen. I'm talking myself into it. As Gio said, I think as long as we get the first goal, then maybe something can happen. But it is going to be difficult. It is going to be interesting, and it is going to be live in about 22.5 minutes time, right here on the channel. So make sure to like the video if you haven't already, because it helps us out massively. And let's start by asking your confidence levels of a West Ham result. Result can mean getting through to pens. It can mean winning on pens. It can mean winning outright. It can mean whatever you want it to feel. But West Ham result today, 1 being the least confident possible, 10 being the most confident possible. How confident are you of a West Ham result this evening? On top of that, we asked how you felt about the starting 11. We had 4 options in there. I love it, I like it, I dislike it, and I hate it. And the results were as such. Just under 1,000 people who voted. 4% of people said they hated it. 11% of people said they loved it. 22% of people said they disliked it. And 61% of people said they liked it, which is interesting. So let's have a look at it. Let's have a little bit of a deeper dive into that lineup and see how we feel about it. Where's the button I'm looking for? Is it that one? No, it can't be that one. It's that one. That's the one I'm looking for. We found it. We found it. West Ham lineup as such. Fabianski starts in goal with Sufal, Zuma, Aged, and Cresswell in defence. Edson Alvarez is in midfield alongside Thomas Souček and James Ward-Prowse, with Kudus, Antonio, and a returning Jarrod Bowen. Probably as simple as you like a 4-2-3-1 with James Ward-Prowse sort of in the 10 position, Kudus on one side and Bowen on the other, and then Antonio up front is how I would suspect. I suspect we'll also see Bowen and Antonio sort of rotate potentially at times, maybe even Kudus rotate with him at times as well. You could, as someone said earlier, maybe shift to maybe a 3 at the back kind of system with Cresswell in there. I don't know who would play left wing back there, or maybe Alvarez comes in as a centre back and then Cresswell moves out to the wing. I don't know. But it's probably the strongest lineup we could have. I think there's an argument for Ben Johnson over Aaron Cresswell. The one thing I would say is I think Cresswell has a better attacking output than Ben Johnson at left back. And so without Paquetá and Emerson, that's kind of a necessity for me. Outside of that, I think it's probably the strongest 11 we can, because when you look at the bench, Anang, Knightsbridge, Ogbonna, in fact, let me read it in positional order. Anang, Knightsbridge, Johnson, Ogbonna, Casey, Orford, Sawyer, Cornet, Ings, Mubama. It is probably the strongest lineup we could have had. It's probably the strongest lineup we could have had. I know maybe you could make. I know some people would probably make an argument for maybe Cornet getting in there somehow. Maybe you take out your Ward-Prowse. Maybe you put Cornet in there, and maybe Kudus moves into the 10 position. I guess. Like I said, maybe Johnson for Cresswell. I personally think this is the strongest we could have gone with. But I understand the arguments. They're going to be up against the side of Bayer Leverkusen that looks like this. Kovar starts in goal with Stanisic, Hincapié, Tar, Kusunu, Wirtz, Schick, Teller, Grimaldo, Palacios, and Xhaka. In positional order, that's Kovar, Stanisic, Kusunu, Tar, Hincapié, Teller, Xhaka, Palacios, Grimaldo, Wirtz, Schick. Like I say, some definite rotations. Teller coming in, Schick keeping his place despite Boniface being back. Kusunu coming in there, Hincape getting in there. A little bit of a change. You can see some of their other players on the bench. Harake, Lom, Hoffman is on there alongside Andrich, Tapsoba, Arthur, Adli, Boniface, Frimpong, Puerta, and Izikor. Adli, I thought, did well against us. Boniface obviously is very good. Frimpong's very good. Tapsoba's very good. Hoffman's very good. Lots of people who we should be aware of on the bench. And that's one of the things that is playing in the back of my mind to a certain extent, is when we're talking about getting in early and doing well. Listen, that gives us a huge opportunity, but they can bring on people that we can't bring on and try and affect the game that way. Thankfully, if we're ahead, then that means we can play our game. But it is a scary, scary moment. So with confidence levels, I can't say I'm high, but let's see where you're at. Ooh, Kez, good to see you. Hope you're well. Right. Where did they start? Start when you're here. So there we go. Stephen Russell has a 1, whereas Ian saying it's going to happen. I'm feeling it. Percy's at a 12, 4, 3, 3, 6, 2. Chuck is not very confident. 1. Chuck, good to see you, by the way. And I can respect it. Fez has gone with a 3, 11, 3, 2, 3.1415. I think 15. Wally, good to see you, my leash. The king of pressure himself. 4 minus 10. Lucky 7, says Jeff. 7, 1, 8, 10. Says Rhiannon. 4, 5, 3.7. Lim has gone with an 8.8. Lass has gone with an 8. Rich is saying I wouldn't be surprised if we go out on pens. Good to see you, sir. I hope is the guy been and fixed it yet? Because if not, what a night to lose internet. Keth is coming with a 3. James is also coming with a 3. The amount of goals scored today. 10. Let's go, James. Yes, the game changer. I read it. I thought maybe that's where we're going. The swerve. I'm here for it. Good to see you, James. Good to see you. I'm about as confident as I am when I have a 5 on the Euro Millions. So really confident then, surely, no? 10. Missing Emerson, Pakistan, Areola. 2. Irons will win last minute of extra time. I'm calling it. 9.9. Dean's come in with a massive 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 + 1. 8, 9, 10, somewhere around there. 8, give or take 1. 8, give or take 1. I think this is the thing. Grouch, right? It says what's not to like about the lineup. What other options are there? Like I say, you can only really make arguments about 1 or 2 people realistically. There's not that many things we could do, and with the injuries and with the suspensions, it's not exactly a thing where you can pick and choose it that easily. You can make 1 or 2 arguments, but you can't pick or choose it that easily. But it does really mean that we're going to have to get a large sort of hit in there, we're going to have to really rely on Antonio, Bowen and Kudus. Not that we ever don't rely on them, but we need them to be as good as they possibly can be, and I have faith that Mikel Antonio will be, and I hope the other 2 will be. I'm really happy with Mikel Antonio's performances recently, so I've got faith he will, and I'm hoping the other 2 will follow. I'm hoping Bowen is fit enough to show us his best, and Mohamed Kudus doesn't run into too many lanes. Hopefully he can get going and really take it past someone and not have to turn around. I think they're pressing on him is going to be a thing. That's going to be a difficult thing to watch. As Dean says, 938 people watching. Give the video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. You know what I mean? It helps. Genuinely helps more than you think it would. The liking. You'd think subscribing would be the most important thing. And don't get me wrong, it's the thing we want most. You know what I mean? I think when you speak about when people start the conversations, they go, how many subscribers does the channel have and all that. So there is certainly that. But realistically, likes on individual videos help such an insane amount that if you could, it would be beautiful. We are almost at the 300 figure we usually have, to be fair. That's our usual goal, and we're very, very close to being there. I'm going to love another poll in chat. I'm going to say who's going through. Who's going through tonight? Is it West Ham? Or is it Bayer Leverkusen? And we'll see how that will sort of test the temperature, as it were. Let's log that in chat. There we go. Oh my god, the likes jumped up. Thank you very much, everyone. By the way, I just watched it jump up. We will be asking for your score predictions in about 10 minutes time when we're there. But before then, let's do. I tell you what. Let's do a bit of sub bingo, shall we? Sub bingo is, of course, the game where we predict when David Moyes will make his first substitute. The person doesn't count, although I will be running the bench along the bottom of your screen now so you can see who it is. We're only looking for the time. I'm going to say 69 as per usual. And it's difficult because of the people available. But I'm going to say Cresswell for Johnson. Seems a bit down, but I'm going to say Cresswell for Johnson. That's the smart one I think we're going to go with. We, of course, have a timer in the top corner because I am watching illegally tonight. I am in the United Kingdom, watching it on Discovery Plus, so I'm not having to take my usual trip to North Idaho. So that means I will be slightly behind you because for some reason when you watch it on Discovery Plus on the computer, it's like a minute behind. Trini said it was to do betting, I think, once, or maybe piracy. I'm not sure which. I can't remember what you said, Trini, if you're here. I apologise for that. But whatever Trini said sounded smart at the time. I remember it sounding smart. And so whatever Trini says goes, in my opinion. And yeah, Trini said that. So maybe that's why. But that doesn't mean I'll be slightly behind you. But there is a timer in the top corner which will say exactly how far behind you I am, which will be synced up to as I'm watching it. It does mean I won't have to be skipping around trying to fix the North Idaho aerial as it was. Trying to figure that out. But if you do wish to watch the game and you can't, there are definitely ways you can do it. If you scroll down into the description below, there's a bit there called Join Our Discord. Lovely Hammers Chat West Ham community. Fans of all clubs are welcome. But more importantly, if you scroll down on the left-hand side, there's a bit there called Stream Links in which you'll find what you're looking for. Don't know if this is still available to be found on hammerschatstore.com. But there are probably lovely Hammers mugs available that I've designed. This one was one of mine, although that specifically was not. Everything around it and this was, but that someone talented did that bit. Right, let's scroll down and look at these sub bingos, shall we? Probably 90th minute. It says Barry, EG is saying 67. Celtic saying 30 seconds, stress, 76, 89, 92, 71, 82, 45, 110th minute, says Tom, is predicting stoppage, extra time, or maybe just an unreal amount of stoppage time. 80 minutes, 72nd minute. Carlton Cole's on the screen, what guy? Just Owen Hargreaves there, standing next to Carlton Cole, smiling happily because he's with a true man. None of these other numpty people, it's all about your boy. Moyes isn't making a sub unless he's forced to. It says Grouch 78, because we're winning 3-0. Love that onion guy. Love that energy. Lewis is coming through with an 88. He'll wait until at least one goal conceded. EG, incredibly accurate prediction there, I can't lie. Frustratingly accurate. Dabs has gone with 83. T-Bone even. It's gone with 82. Dylan's gone with 77th minute. Ings for James Ward-Prowse. He won't, says Daza. Antonio for Ings. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see Chris Van Ang's stress because of whatever has happened there. It's just stress, Fezza. Little Snowface in Moisasaurus so negative, says Artel. This is the thing. I think honestly today is what we've got, right? And I think to some extent, if we had just that little bit extra in that home leg, we could have been there. It could have happened. I think we sort of had the right idea, but we just missed out on that second side of the game. And I mean, that is so typical of us, obviously, under David Moyes. But I think realistically, we know that tonight. And I think the team know that tonight. This is a group of players who, if it's not going to happen tonight, it's not going to happen this season. And I feel like I'll get in there, OG. I'll get in there. I feel like realistically, we had the right idea, but we just need that other side to it. And realistically, I do have Oranges, Jeff, and I also have Baby Bells. I have them both. It's just about that second side. And with Bowen, with Antonio, with Kudus, I have faith that we can do it. That's better than we had last time. And realistically, they are going to be scared of it. Bayer Leverkusen aren't going to be coming into this situation thinking easy, straightforward, no stress. We don't even have to worry about their attacking output because we showed with just 2 attackers last time and with everyone else injured that we could damage them if we needed to. It did happen. It could happen. And so I don't think they're going to be sitting there just completely easy. So realistically, they are going to get chances tonight. They are going to craft chances tonight. And, Kudus can maybe, you could see a situation in which Kudus is going to move to a club who will be consistently in Europe, right? Not this summer, I don't think it'll happen, but potentially the summer after that, you can see a situation in which Kudus will be in a team who's playing in Europe, whether it's us or whether it's someone else. You know, that's going to happen. But Mikel Antonio certainly won't. This is one of his last hurrahs. He's going to want to be able to give this his own, because this could be his last chance to be in European football. He's not going to want to go out with a whimper. Equally, I don't think Jarrod Bowen's going to leave anytime soon, which means, again, this is a huge opportunity for him. And with the pressure on those players, I feel like we're going to see a performance from them. Whether if it's enough or not, completely different story. If they're supported or not, completely different story. But realistically, from those players, that's what we're going to need, and it's what I expect to see tonight. Much more so than in the first leg. If we can fashion those chances, and look, Jonathan Tah's playing again tonight. This isn't a situation. I'll put the full team back on screen, right? But this isn't a situation. They've rotated, but we still see Jonathan Tah in that lineup. And Mikel Antonio had Jonathan Tah in that last game, and if we got the ball to him more consistently, then we would have been able to make it count. And this day, if we can do that, then it's gonna be good. I don't care where Jonathan Tah ends up playing at right centre back, at centre back, at left centre back, or if they're playing a back four, right centre back or left centre back. I don't really care which one it is. If you can get Mohamed Kudus or Mikel Antonio standing just enough on them and feed them 1v1 versus Jonathan Tah when they're playing their incredibly high line, he will catch them out. And it's such a massive game for those people today that I believe they might take it. The other thing is, just don't give Mikel Antonio too long on the ball, because when he has too long on the ball, he fluffs it, right? But that's what we need. And I believe it can happen. Do I think we'll come away with this win? Again, no. When we get score predictions in a couple of minutes' time, you'll see no. But it can happen. And I do not care about anything today apart from the result. I do not care about anything apart from the result. When we inevitably lose, it will probably be very stressed and sad, and we're gonna have to come to terms with it. It won't be great, but I don't care. That's all I want. Big dubs. Can you put the bell against the camera? Like you really get it. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. Digital, 100%, we'll do that. Remind me though at a time, because I'm down for it. Henners, hi Charlie, it's me again. Hope you're having a wonderful evening. I'm hoping we'll win tonight. So nervous and excited. I'll take a win or a draw, 3-3, 4-3 with us going up. Henners, good to see you. Hope you're well. I'm doing well, my friend. Doing well. Remember to slack the like button. Make sure ping. I've heard as much. OG, I've heard as much. I can't guarantee it. That's not a Charlie Watch guarantee, nor is it a Hammers Chat guarantee. But I'll tell you what, it's been said. It has been said. Just attack. As long as we have a go, we can be proud. That's all I want. It says Steve. We don't win anything with crap centre-back partnerships, says Troj. It's not. This is the thing. This should be our strongest centre-back pairing. At the beginning of the season, this would have been the one where I would have said that's the centre-back pairing to go with for the rest of the season. That's the one I want. That's the future for centre-backs for West Ham. It makes sense. It feels right. It come together. You can see how they would complement each other, blah, 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 blah. In reality, it's gone spectacularly wrong. It's gone spectacularly wrong. Zuma has aged like milk left out on a summer's day, and Aged makes more mistakes than I did in my English. Actually, no, English I passed. In my, I don't know, let's go with maths ones. Shouldn't say that, I was an accountant. But listen, the fact of the matter is I got a U. So it's a problem. It's a problem, and it shouldn't be, because they are both, in theory, quality players. But realistically, this season, we've seen them absolutely crumble. And it's going to be a concern. But we do at least have Alvarez in front of them today, which is a big help, alongside Thomas Suchek, which again is a big help. Without those two players in those positions, I worry a lot for this team. And with them, it gives us something. It gives us something ahead of a shaky back two. Thank you to everyone else who's liked the video, by the way. We've flown past our 300 target. We're at 336. We're playing with house money now. Let's see what we can get. Massively appreciate you. And with just over 5 minutes left to go, let's get those score predictions in. No more flipping, no more flopping, no more sitting on the fence. We've spoken about both lineups. We've spoken about both benches. We've spoken about what we need from the teams, the style of plays. We've spoken about it from all different angles. And now's the time to lob those score predictions in chat, and we will lock. Oh, man, it's a difficult one today, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen. That's all I ever want. That's all I ever want, It's vibes. You know? Vibes. It's all I ever need. I feed off it. I live off it. I live my life vibe first. I sense it out like a sniffer dog. Like a sniffer dog. Eduardo, watching for Saudi Arabia, serving the US Army. Big Alvarez fan. Go Hammers. Thank you very much, Eduardo. Good to see you. I hope for your sake he has a good performance today. I absolutely love El Machine. He's one of my favourite players we have. I'm a big fan as well. And I hope you're doing well, bro. I hope you're doing well. Leo are still 2-1 up against Aston Villa, I can see, as we're getting closer to the teams walking out. What are your score predictions? Says Frema for Bevo and Danny. Let's check in with Danny first. Danny, sir, what are your score predictions? He's gone with 3-1 West Ham. He's gone large. Wait, hang on. Extra time? Penalties? What are we saying? He's gone 3-1 West Ham with a penalty win for West Ham. Danny's gone wild. I'm going 2-1 Leverkusen. I'm going 2-1 Leverkusen, but like I say, if you tell me we do it tonight, I'd 100% believe you. I'd 100% believe you. It's going to be a wild one. It's going to be a wild one. I do like Fonseca, but I think back to what happened last time when we signed. Was it Pellegrini? When Fonseca was in the running that time? I can't remember where Fonseca actually went to David Sullivan's house and came out. And it makes me think, why didn't he sign then? You know? I don't know. They should be AM. I would say give it until maybe a couple of minutes after kickoff, because obviously Ben and Ginge and all of those who do that link stuff will be stressed out. So I'll be trying to do it late. So they should be, but give it maybe a couple of minutes till after kickoff to truly test. But there might be people around who'll be able to help out. Let's have a look at some of these score predictions. Pardon me, my stomach is going crazy. Stephen has gone with 1-0 to them. Just coming. Has gone for 1-0 to them. That's a niche reference. That's a niche reference to Stephen just coming up. Sorry if you don't. If anyone understands that reference to Stephen just coming, hi guys. But I'm sorry about that. Mick has gone with 4-1 West Ham. Jimmy Bailey's gone 3-2 to the Mighty Hammers. Keith, 2-1 West Ham. As long as they give it a go, I'm happy, says Troj. 3-1 to West Ham, says Paul McCallum. And Norris has gone with 4-1. Mike Senegal's gone with 2-1 to Leverkusen. Yeah, Mike and I are on similar lines. Stephen Merchant, sorry, even. Not the tall Bristolian. Potentially could be, who knows. 3-1, says Steve. If it is the tall Bristolian, loved you in Portal 2. Dean's gone with 3-1 Bowen hat-trick. Ashley's gone with 2-0 to Leverkusen. 4-2 on aggregate, says Bilbo Baggins Gaming BBG. What a name. What a username. 2-0 win. 3-1 to Leverkusen, says Mandy G. 3-0, 5-0, 2-1 to Bayern, says Martendo. Gone off track, off road. 3-1, 2-0 West Ham. We win on penalties, says JC. Inex says 2-0. MC Kelsey says 2-0 to them. They're there. If we need to go grab them, I will have to go grab them, but they're there, Jimmy, importantly. Phil says, Philip, sorry. Didn't mean to, get too close in there, Philip. I apologize. Says 4-1. If we're lucky, we'll get a goal. 1-1 says Phil. That's actual Phil. 2-2 says Welsh. Steve's gone with 3-0. Sonny's gone with a battling 2-2. Chuck gone with 2-1 to Leverkusen as well. 3-1 says George. Andrew's gone with 2-1 West Ham. 4-1 says my liege. Leon, 3-1 Irons, win on penalties. Love that, Leon. Love that. Sam, West Ham 2 by Leverkusen 4. T-Bong, 3-1, 3-3, 3-0, 5-1, 3-1, 5-4 on penalties, says James. The vibometer is reading off the scale, says Richard. It's huge. It's huge. It's the Europa Nights. We're back. I should be tying this up because I think I've missed the Europa League theme song, which is maybe the biggest travesty I've ever done. I might have just missed it because I had this on mute the entire time. That's poor for me. 5-0, sorry, I can see us being whipped. A bat would be better at finding vibes. Well, you never know. You never know. Goal. It is no GWP goal. Is it a free kick or not? No. 4-2 says the real Randy Jackson. 3-0 Leverkusen for Mrs. Stinks. 2-1 Leverkusen. Fair play to Mr. and Mrs. McKeever there. 2-1, 4-1, 2-1. Draw, maybe 1-1, 2-0. Walkout free kick inbound incoming. 4-1 says Dave. Will be over in the first 20 minutes. Steve's gone with a 3 or 4-0. Big. Doing tax returns. No, I did. I worked in with children's centres. It's a long story. I did do tax stuff. Wasn't great at it, if we're being frank about it. But yeah. Hart says 3-0. Art says 2-4. 3-1. We went on pen. Sufal hit first. James Ward-Prowse-esque while crossing the 85th minute. Stress. 3-1. 3-0. We're winning by more than 2 because come on, you. He's got the big glass. Alex has the big glass out. It's all kicking off. Up the rock. Don't know. 4-1 to West Ham. It's not out of my head. 4-1 to West Ham. Antonio gets a hat trick. 2-0 regular timer. We went on pens. James Ward-Prowse scores a free kick. Antonio best out of tar. I feel that it's possible. 111 says Ben. Always big. Freaking nervous. Come on. We're about to kick off, ladies and gentlemen. It is the quarterfinal of the Europa League once more. The second round, the second leg. West Ham 2-0 down on aggregate, but we've come back from this before at home, and it's time to do it again. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to happen. Like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe. We're about to kick off. West Ham to kick off first. Come on. Referee checking if everyone's ready. Whistle to his lips. And we're underway. Come on, you irons. Deploy the boys. It's time to run 2 things. Big boot forward. Looking for Thomas Souček. Gets the nodder on. Somehow that's a word. James Ward-Prowse manages to get a foot in there. Mikel Antonio goes down in the box. Penalty shout early doors. Referee says no, and the shouts die down. Again, gets connection. You're going to need a big performance from him and Zuma today. Played forward from Aaron Cresswell. Looking down the line for James Ward-Prowse. Battling really nicely. They're trying to hold it out for credit. Mikel Antonio does beautifully. They were trying to hold out for a goal kick, and Mikel Antonio does well to find the ball back to Mohamed Kudus, who takes on his man, beats him beautifully. Lovely stuff. Looking for a cross on the left-hand side. Over the top of everyone. Sufal picks it up on the far corner quadrant again. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Say jumps. Grimaldo plays it in. People jump up the header. Haraki and Kovar, sorry, not Haraki, ends up picking up the ball. Good start. Everything on it. Let's go. Big. Jealous. And pressing early doors from us. They've tried to pass it out from the back, and we've won the ball back in a beautiful position. Bowen looked to try and take the shot quickly. It's a good block from the Leverkusen defender. Alvarez then plays it back to Zuma, back to Sufal, back to Zuma. Strong start. I tell you what, I don't usually get nervous. Today I'm nervous. Today it's fully hitting me, the nerves. Thomas Souček does well to get the control and wins the free kick in the centre of the park up against Granit Xhaka. Usually I don't hit nerves. Usually I'm pretty alright with it. Today there's something about it. Mikel Antonio just having a conversation with the ref. Maybe just making him aware of Granit Xhaka, because again, cards could be huge today. If they get a man sent off, all of a sudden the game changes. James Ward-Prowse to take the free kick from deep, just the halfway line, lofts it in towards the back post. He was looking for Thomas Souček, can't quite get there. And Leverkusen tries to get forward, and his opposite number Alvarez does well, just to stop him from getting any further forward. Can't jump up when we score tonight. I'll rip my stitches. Well, Jimmy, for your own sake, please stay seated. But I love the fact when we score tonight. Look at the adjective, as Kevin Nash once said. You know what I mean? Good pressing again here. Leverkusen trying to pass it around from the back. Mikel Antonio getting in there and stopping it. Alvarez, professional foul. Is he going to pick up a yellow already? No, he's just getting a telling off. Just getting a telling off. Finish the story. That's what I'm talking about, Alex. That's what I'm talking about. Willie, good to see you. Bells are available. Bells are available. Oranges are available. If we need them, they're there. I can't tell if the stadium's full Amma, but I would be surprised if it wasn't. Again, Leverkusen start passing it around, and instantaneously everyone is on top of them. James Ward-Prowse a long time. Mikel Antonio sort of pressing, from the front line. Alvarez just behind him in the 10 position, looking to stay on top of Granit Xhaka-ish. He's opened himself a little bit out there, but thankfully have decided to pass backwards. Kudus and Jarrod Bowen sort of following up on the wide positions. They managed to get round it that time. Stanisic. There we go. Nips it off Schick. A little bit of a dangerous pass from Kudus, but Cresswell finishes it up back to Fabianski, who's going to boot this one. Oh, no, he's a little bit of a dummy. Thought he was going to boot it long. Lays it short to it again. Come on. Come on. There you go. 62,000 full by the looks of it. Sell out, I believe. There you go. All the info we need. Bob. Good to see you, sir. Bob Claret. Yeah. Big. Without him, he's so important to us. He's so important to us. He's so good. And without him, we lack something. We lack Bowen is what we lack. If we're being perfectly honest about it, that's what we lack. There's something we lack is a man called Jarrod Bowen. Pinged forward, Vest looking for Nathan Teller. Out a little scary pass by Aged, but thankfully Fabianski comes and just clears that one forward. And I tell you what, that's a heavy touch. And James Ward-Prowse goes down. That's going to be a free kick and a yellow card early doors for the Leverkusen defender. I'm not sure which one it was. I think it was Kasunu. Takes down Ward-Prowse. Yeah, it was a heavy touch, and James Ward-Prowse comes flying in. Everything in it, yeah, it's a clatter from Kasunu. Very, very awkward. And it's an easy foul, and it's an easy yellow early doors. Again, those cards could be important, and you can see every time a foul happens, our players do go to the ref as if to sort of make him aware, to keep him on it tonight, because a red card could be massive. Daniel Kretinsky wants to buy the Royal Mail. Yeah, he does. This is the Royal Mail he already owns like a significant percentage of, and he wants to buy more of it. Is that what's going on? I'm not sure, because I think he owns a significant percentage already. James Ward-Prowse takes a free kick short to Sufal. Look to try and sort of punt it over to the far side. It's a bit over everyone, and Cresswell can't get there. It's going to be a goal kick. Mikel Antonio comes across and just gives it to the goalkeeper. Make sure they take that sort of stuff quickly. Couldn't go today due to sickness. Well, I hope you feel better soon, TSC. If everyone could wish TSC 777 get well soon. It was Kasunu, wasn't it? Thank you, Had. Yeah, I thought it was. It would be beautiful. And again, you saw when he fouled, Mikel Antonio went straight towards the ref as if to make him aware of it happening. West Ham win a free kick, throw in instantaneously. I feel like that word's going to come up too much today, and I apologise, but we're just happening. Ooh, Liverpool have gone 1-0 up against Atalanta 7 minutes in. Salah's got the goal, 3-1 for them. Again, a little bit of a scary header. Elbow, I'll come back to that. A little bit of a scary header, but it's cut well. Elbow says there's going to do a job on us again. We'll run around like nuts for 65 to 70 minutes, and then we'll be screwed, and they'll pick us off. I feel like people would take that, or I feel like people would say now currently they would take that if there's like a serious effort for 65 to 70 minutes. I feel like most people would be like, yeah, all right, we put it out there, you know. That's kind of how I feel like people would think, but I might be wrong. Alvarez looking to try and turn with the ball. Finds Sufal, who pits it over the top, and I tell you what, Mikel Antonio turns, and then again it's a bit too far ahead, but you saw just there he started stretching the defence. He was in behind Kasunu, and I was right, by the way. Kasunu and Jonathan Tah, good pressure. James Ward-Prowse almost managed to sneak in and nip the ball off the goalkeeper. It took too long, and the ball punted forward, lands at Sufal's head. Love this. Sufal on the ball on the right-hand side, looks to try and advance into that corner quadrant. Tell you what, James Ward-Prowse is having a really good pressing game. Jarrod Bowen takes it past his man. Little bit too far ahead, but I love that. Love that. Finds Sufal, who pits it over the top, and I tell you what, James Ward-Prowse is having a really good pressing game. Jarrod Bowen takes it past his man. Little bit too far ahead, but I love that. Love that. Those high turnovers, man. Over gets a little lucky, managed to get the ball past James Ward-Prowse. Dave says the pubs in Billericay were having Hammers fans earlier. We're heaving with Hammers fans earlier. Wish I was there now. Yeah, sounds like vibey time to be fair. My vibometer is saying could have been a big scene. Big ball down the line. Leverkusen on the counter attack, looking to try and make it count, the pull back. Cut out nicely from Thomas Souček. I tell you what, the people getting back nicely as well there and still committing that front four. And if you include James Ward-Prowse in there, to staying forward, not having to steam back. You're getting Alvarez and getting Souček to do that role is really nice. And so when they did get forward there, and it was a little bit scary and it was a little bit dangerous, Nkape getting forward down that left-hand side, pulling it back across, and Thomas Souček in the right place at the right time. Alvarez again just looking at the referee and making sure he's aware on what was going on with Granit Xhaka there. Xhaka just on top, just nipping away at him. Nothing too bad, nothing malicious, nothing card worthy there. But again, just Alvarez when he wins the throw in, just turning to the referee and then letting him know. He's not a fast guy. He's not a fast man. You know. If there's one team who can come back from 3-0 down in Europe, they've done it before and they did it significantly quicker than they did in that game. I'll tell you that. And against an Italian side as well. All of the time adds up. Love that. Kudus wins. Oh, it was a heavy touch from Kudus, but again, the high turnover. We're gonna have to make those count. Wasted a little bit from Kudus, but you love the high turnover. Good cut out there from Kurt Zouma. They still have the ball here, but he does well and gets back into position. They're looking to cross it in, dink it across to the back post. It's over the top of everyone there. Little bit of scary positioning there. The centre-back's a little bit all over the shot, but the cross from Palacios ends up going over the head of everyone, thankfully. And it was a good block originally from Kurt Zouma. Mr. Friedman, one can only hope, sir. One can only hope. Hope you're enjoying your time off. Turn from Teller. Hits it, and I'll tell you what, Fabianski meets it. It's a great shot from Teller. Turned round with the spin just outside the area. Looks up and strikes it clean as you like. It's a really nice strike. And Fabianski on his 39th birthday, full stretch, sees it. It's at a good height for him, but Fabianski just moving slightly over to the other side, ends up having to spring across and does well to get the block. Going to be a corner to Leverkusen. Soufal standing right by Wirtz just in case he goes for the short. Tar's in there, obviously, you'd suspect. Alongside Patrick Schick, both big men whipped in. Headed away from Edson Alvarez. You love to see it. And it goes out for a throw-in. Throw-in to Leverkusen on the left-hand side, near the halfway done. I would give again money for Craig Dawson. What I would give for Craig Dawson, Dylan, is nary a mention. I'll tell you what, it would be a lot. It would be a lot. Yeah, James Ward-Prowse is playing in the 10 position today, Steve. Back to sort of where he was when back to where he was in his prime sort of West Ham role in that 10 position pressing. Also, Thomas Souček looks a little bit further forward now with a little bit of rotation. Kudus in a more central position. Mikel Antonio finding himself out on the left. We'll see if this is a longer term change or whether this is just a temporary switch. Kurt Zouma steaming back to try and get there. Shot come cross, thankfully, from Teller's a little bit all over the shop. It's a little bit all over the shop. Kurt Zouma's full out, steaming back. Quickly taken out wide to Aaron Cresswell. Let's get past that first line of press quickly, and the ball forward for Mikel Antonio, who has retaken that front forward position. It was quick, doesn't quite work out, but it's fast enough to make it happen. It's going to be a throw to Bayer Leverkusen wide. So obviously wide. It's going to be on the right hand side. I'm not sure how they've managed to get out with taking that throw in that far forward. I'm being honest, and several West Ham players in the crowd are calling for it. I'm not sure how they did it, but the nice pressing, again, forces them to kick it long, and Thomas Souček easily headers that one down to Jarrod Bowen. A little bit of an awkward first touch. He's got Vladimir Soufal wide on the right-hand side, which he takes. Thomas Souček starts moving towards the middle. Jarrod Bowen picks up the ball back, whips it into a really dangerous position. It's 1-0. It's absolutely beautiful. It's Mikel Antonio, 12 minutes into the game, and it's absolutely beautiful. Whipped in from Jarrod Bowen, wide on the right-hand side, shifts it onto his stronger left foot, puts in a really nice in-swinging cross from deep, put into a beautiful, beautiful position. I tell you what, our high press was really nice. Just not going crazy, just following them, cutting down their options. They're forced to kick it long, just right to where Souček is standing. Easy header down. 1-2 between Jarrod Bowen and Vladimir Coufal, wide on the left, the right-hand side. Shifts it onto his strong foot, whips it into an absolutely beautiful position. Mikel Antonio, it gets him behind the defenders before the goalkeeper can come out and punch it. Gets his head to it. It's beautiful. It's Mikel Antonio. It's 1-0. Come on. Beautiful. Such a good performance so far. Such a good performance so far. And I tell you what, Mikel Antonio, I said it before the game that he might be on it today. And it feels like he is. Come on. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Joan, it's happening. It's happening. Right. 2-1. Sorry, 1-0. I'm at a loss. It's technically 2-1, but 1-0. Right, let's get this final score. There we go. No, let's test. Early doors for 10. Early doors for 10. There we go. There we go. We've got them. We've got them. Again, James Ward-Prowse getting in there, pressing really nicely, forcing them to panic massively. And tell you what, Xabi is pissed. Xabi is screaming at the defense right now. They are 100% rattled. James is 100% correct. They are rattled. The ball from Bowen was absolutely beautiful. Adrenaline in my soul. Here comes Mikel Antonio. Gonna score with his big head again. Whip it in from the right. Something out of sight. Whoa. I'll come up with the rest later. Come on. That's what I'm saying, Steve. That's what I'm saying. Okay, right. Calm. Breathe in. Breathe. Beautiful performance so far, but breathe. Their goalkeeper is looking shaky af right now, if we're being honest about it. Throw backwards again, collects it, plays it out to Kurt Zouma. We need to play it quickly across to Coufal. They're starting to press Bayer Leverkusen there. Let's get the ball out of that as quickly as we can. Thomas Souček under a lot of pressure from 3 different Bayern players there. Thankfully cut out and we can recycle it. Let's go. Dave says, I have a Hammer Castle tattoo and the... flipping I need to message Chris. Anyway, sorry, tattoo reminded me. And the new London Hammers logo tattoo also. Shall I get one covered up and just wait to happen? Listen, Dave. First of all, thank you for the £10. Second of all, I can't. I'm not justifying anything. My head wants to say get out there and get a tattoo now so it happens, but I'm not saying anything. I'm losing my mind, Kez. I can't lie to you. I'm losing my mind slightly. I need to breathe. No, I'm watching in the UK tonight, Jimmy. I'm on a Discovery Plus. I have Discovery Plus still because it has the wrestling and the European football. If they disappear, then I'll probably get rid of it. But for now, I have it. James Ward-Prowse battling with Jonathan Tah. And again, they ends up with them booting it long. We like that. Kurt Zouma, nice little header down. Alvarez maybe could have got there, but Leverkusen come away with the ball. It's Xhaka in the middle of the park. Literally on the centre spot there. Telling people where to go and what to do. Atmosphere is good. James Ward-Prowse pushing and literally pushing there. He was pushing and pressing, but he pushes one of the Leverkusen players and they go down. I'm cooking dinner and the missus is listening to me. Beers open. Listen, big James Ward-Prowse again. One of their players goes down. I think he might be on the verge of getting a yellow card here. He's getting another warning from the ref. James Ward-Prowse sort of saying he knows, but maybe going down a little bit easy. He comes across to Palacios and sort of tells him off as well. Listen, Jonathan, enjoy dinner, whatever it is. Enjoy it. Same for me, no football or WWE. Yeah, it's gone. Yeah, at that point, it's gone. Dean, feel free to listen, drop it in chat, or feel free to DM me. I'll be able to see both. Let's get Dave in the top corner as well before I forget. There we go. There we go. This is beautiful from us so far. It's going to be difficult to keep this up the entire game. Don't get me wrong. For even an entire half, it's going to be difficult. But there we go. Thank you very much, Dave. APGW, of course. Massively appreciate big boot forward. I'll tell you what, Kudus is fighting for it. And he manages to win the ball in a very advanced position. He has Mick Antonio alongside him. He decides to shoot. He manages to wrong foot the goalkeeper. He decided to shoot. He decides to shoot instead. There was an option maybe for a pass there. Just a big boot forward from Sufal. And I tell you what, we know they've got this high line and it's working out for us. Mohamed Kudus battles with the defender, pushes him out of the way. And again, there were options for passing, but doesn't quite take it. Instead, goes for a shot with his weak foot. Almost the goalkeeper wrong-footed, but no real pace or power or placement to put it past him. That high line, I tell you what, Leverkusen. I remember watching, right? Talking about. So I'm talking about, Dean. I remember watching a Dortmund Munich game. It was Klopp versus Pep, and the way they got around Pep's press and passing, just booted it over the top of him. And we're doing something very similar tonight. And I'm fine with it. Look, those long balls are coming in. Stanisic instantly wasting time, and David Moyes is very angry about it. Is that Aaron Cresswell is down as well. But the ball goes out for a throw-in, and instead of being allowed to take it quickly, Stanisic just boots it into the crowd. And David Moyes is very angry, and he's having a little conversation now with the fourth official. But Aaron Cresswell's down. But yeah, I remember it. Just booming it over the top. No stress. It was one of the ways to beat a gegenpress side, right? One of the ways to beat a gegenpress side. Tell you what, David Moyes' reaction to Stanisic is incredible. It should be a yellow card if we're being honest about it. It should be a yellow card if he doesn't get away with it. They're pressing. They've got this high line, right? It's not just necessarily the press. We're sort of getting around the press relatively easy. That's not too deep right now. But it's that high line where they're really susceptible. And it's so far forward. And so what you've got to do... Oh, I was trying to see. We got a little zoom in on what David Moyes was writing now. Trying to see. But just boot it long, because they're constantly going to be on the back foot. And if you get Kudus and Antonio and Jarrod Bowen standing on that final line and get him sprinting at the defence, that's a big thing we can do. Mikel Antonio battling for it alongside Alvarez and Kudus. It's a nippy game so far. 21 minutes gone, and it's a nippy game. Oh, again, we've managed to get the turnover relatively high up the pitch. Jarrod Bowen storming forward from the halfway line. He's got James Ward-Prowse just to the outside of him. He finds it. It's going to slow down just to get... Oh, no, we're going to get an early cross in from JWP. Antonio's there, gets his head onto it, but Kovar this time didn't find it too difficult to collect again. Just behind him, having to move backwards and get the direction and get the power while shirt being pulled there from Grimaldo. Not in too deep a fashion, but it was always going to be difficult. Leverkusen go to pass it out from the back, and again, just that high press forces them to go long, and Kurt Zuma wins that header. Goes out for a friend, but I tell you what, this is beautiful. The vibe is good. The flipping crowd is good. The movements are good. The tactics are there. Come on. OG's just saying what I'm thinking, bro. OG's saying what I'm thinking. NXT commentator Booker T doing bits in Italy right now. Yeah, I agree with you as well, Tony. I think sometimes he can learn to just sort of do simple things instead. And it's something that you don't necessarily want to train out of a guy, but I think there is something... The decision-making there could be a bit better. If there's one guy who you can sort of forgive for having decision-making like that, it's him, because he's so good. But I agree. I think sometimes it could be a bit better. My trustworthy friends, Judas, how are you, sir? Hope you're well. Hope things are good. Okie dokie, quack, quack. Exactly. Again, we've identified two things which really works for us today. And that's they're passing out of the back, especially with a rotated back line where they're not looking mega confident about it. And we've set up in the right way. James Ward-Prowse at 10. That's one of the things he's really good at is pressing and allowing him to do that with the front three, getting in them quickly, forcing them to boot it long, that we're going to win those headed balls. Kurt Zouma, Alvarez, Souček, again, we're going to win those balls. And then the other thing is booting it long when they do have possession of the ball, just kicking it out. Michail Antonio, no foul, says the referee. Tells him to get off. Tells him to get up. Might have gone down a bit easy on my view on that one, but still. But those two things could be huge for us. Again, they're passing it around at the moment. Leverkusen, not super confidently, but they're into Palacios there. Tries to play it forward, and Cresswell, who's got back up and is playing again. Guess what? What's wrong with the ref? Yeah, I feel like the ref. Yeah, Stephen's saying the same thing. It's weak ref cost us. I feel like the ref does need to. Again, it's a difficult game for him to ref. I'm going to give him that. It is a difficult game for him to ref, but I feel like again he just needs to be on top of it. And from our point, this is where you'd really want a captain. I tell you what, again, good pressing and Kudus whipping up the crowd for hype as well. Just that pressing, forcing Kasuna into passing it wonkily, and Alvarez gets the ball quickly, takes it past his man. That's beautiful from Edson Alvarez. I tell you what, it's a great tackle. It's a great tackle. Kudus picks up the ball right next to the left corner flag, whips it in on his weak foot, far post, Bowen! Oh, God, Jarrod Bowen volleys it at the back post, and somehow the goalkeeper stops it from going out. It ends up just hitting him on the feet, and that's going to be a free kick. That's going to be a free kick. Oh, my God, that was so close. Whipped in from Mohamed Kudus on his weak foot. And Jarrod Bowen at the back post just smacks it first time with his weak foot, and only Kovar could do is stop it with his feet. Oh, my God. David Moyes falls to the floor. Right, free kick. Oh my god. Oh my god. Right, free kick. This match is insane so far. Free kick on the far side, right hand side. Again, half time. At that sort of time, that's probably when you're going to see some changes happen for Leverkusen. They've got some big names they can bring on. So if we can make this count in the first half, it could be absolutely massive. And them even coming on, as much as they'll be big names, they're not going to want to come into an environment, an atmosphere like this. But James Ward-Prowse take the free kick wide on the right hand side, just on the touchline in the corner quadrant. It's basically a deep corner. Whips in, again was there, just misjudges it slightly. West Ham still have possession, passed quickly into the path of Mohamed Kudus. He's got Cresswell on the overlap, does really well, finds it short instead to Edson Alvarez. Shoots as the crowd, and shoot does Alvarez, but high and wide. Come on, 25 minutes in. Awesome so far. Brilliant stuff so far. Susan, thank you very much for the £5. We are going for it, at least this match will age us all. I do feel like I'm going to be, by half-time, very, very, very stressed. Susan, I don't disagree with you, but thank you very much for the £5. It's incredibly kind of you. Xabi Alonso, just talking to Tapsoba there. Called him across, almost as if he was going to bring him on. They're wasting maximum time, by the way, from goal kicks and things like that. It'd be interesting to see if he goes for an early change. I wouldn't necessarily be surprised if he did. I'd be shocked. I don't know. It'd be a bold move. It'd be a bold move. Oh, they are going to change. Tapsoba's getting ready to come on. Jeffrey with the $4.99. Thank you very much. No comment, but appreciate you, Jeffrey. Thank you very much. Very kind of you to say. Oh, sorry, not to say. The words are just coming out of my mouth. Very kind of you, sir. Thank you. Your first ever super chat on the live stream, so much to be appreciated, bro. I'll log your name in the thing right now. But yeah, we've done so well that we're forcing them to make a change in the first half, and Tapsoba's going to be the one to come on, probably for Kasuna, you would imagine. And listen, as much as it shouldn't change it too much for us. Like, don't get me wrong, it changes some stuff, but it shouldn't change everything. We should be able to do the same thing again. Whether it'll be as successful, we'll see. But we've got the ball. Mohamed Kudus takes it past his man. Nathan Teller brilliantly lays it out wide to Aaron Cresswell. This is a good crossing opportunity. Dinks it back towards the back post. James Ward-Prowse was there. He goes down. It's gonna be a corner, I think, maybe, or a goal kick. I'm not sure. But James Ward-Prowse going down, holding his forehead. Yeah, Kasunu's looking across to the bench. Unbelievable. We've been so good that Xabi Alonso has made an early change. Kasunu coming off for Tapsoba. And given the fact he was already on a yellow, it's a bold change from Xabi, but not necessarily one that's a shock. Given he was already on a yellow and he's gone straight down the tunnel, he's not very happy about it. You wouldn't blame him. He has been absolutely rattled. Unbelievable. West Ham have been so good in the first 29 minutes of this game that we've just forced a substitute off the team who have just won the Bundesliga in April with like a 13, 15 point lead or whatever it is. Unbelievable from us so far. Let's keep on it. Alvarez, brilliantly done. James Ward-Prowse jumps in. That was definitely a free kick to them, but I love the energy. It was definitely a free kick to them, but I love the energy. James Ward-Prowse not fighting that one because I think, to be honest with you, he's had enough warnings. He might have got a yellow card if we pull back. But beautiful from Edson Alvarez, that first challenge. Second one from Ward-Prowse is a bit mad. The Xhaka there going in a little bit hard on the third one there. Mikel Antonio just having a conversation. Oh, there's a fight going on the sidelines between the Leverkusen bench and it's like Billy McKinley. I've never seen Billy McKinley go in like that. There is a huge fight going on the sidelines. This is unbelievable, by the way. There is a massive fight going on the sidelines. I don't know who it is. It's Billy McKinley and one of the Leverkusen staff, and there's a red card coming out for someone on the bench. Billy McKinley's just been sent off. And the Leverkusen guy he was having a fight with also just been sent off. And now there's a massive fight breaking out on the pitch. Jonathan Tah and Mikel Antonio are screaming at each other. Like, full on, like, everyone is trying to separate them. They are going to come to blows. So the referee ran across to the bench. He's red-carded Billy McKinley and whoever it was on the Leverkusen bench. And Jonathan Tah and Mikel Antonio were absolutely screaming at each other. Everyone is separating. I think there's a yellow card coming out for potentially both men. But they have gone absolutely insane at each other. I had no idea what happened. We came back from the red card and everyone was screaming. Referee's probably, I would suspect, going to call across Mikel Antonio and Jonathan Tah. I don't know if anyone else will get cards here, but they're both going to get a yellow. They both get yellows. What the hell? Now Jonathan Tah's on a yellow, which is not something Xabi wants. This is a great point, James. Not something Xabi's going to want at all with him getting on a yellow. Antonio, we can kind of deal with it, but Tah not being on a yellow, target that guy. Go at him. We know we have the pace. Let's look at what happens here. Mikel Antonio goes in, taps over. I don't really know what happened there. Tapsoba sort of had the ball. Tah came across and then all of a sudden... So Tapsoba had the ball at his feet. This was while everything was going on. Mikel Antonio went and just sort of touched it for some reason. I don't know what was going on, but he touched it for whatever reason. And then all of a sudden, Jonathan Tah came flying across and got in them. Again, if there was ever a sign of them being absolutely rattled, it was the way Jonathan Tah reacted to that. And don't get me wrong, Mikel Antonio, I don't know why he's touching the ball, but he's being a little bit... He's being antagonistic on purpose, but they are rattled. And Mikel Antonio is flying towards the goalkeeper as the game gets back underway. A huge yellow. Oh my god, this is an insane game. Massive so far. Kez with the £2. Thank you very much. Massively appreciate you, Kez. Well, I'll put your name in the top corner in a second. Mad. What an insane game so far. I've also missed Juan Castellanos. Hola from Mexico City supporting West Ham and El Machine. Juan, thank you very much. Massively appreciate El Machine, Edson, the absolute boy, one of my favourite players. Thank you very much for being here. I'll get yours and Kez's name in the top corner now. Massively appreciate you both. I tell you what a start. And low-key for the neutral. What a game. And I tell you what, they are fuming. Kez, thank you. Juan, thank you very much. Your names are both in the top corner now. And they are fuming at something. I didn't miss what was happening because I was typing names in the top corner. James Ward-Prowse getting involved deep, does nicely. Thomas Souček with no real options ends up passing it back. Oh, nice pass inwards to towards James Ward-Prowse there. Finds Aaron Cresswell wide on the left-hand side. Again, just working around that press relatively well. Cresswell couldn't find Kudus, but he wins the ball back and then takes it past 2. Teleports him back. It's going to be a free kick to West Ham. Referee points towards the bench, tells them to calm down. It's going to be a free kick to us just on the halfway line. Xabi Alonso, is he going to... No, referee's not going to go towards him. Sounded like a little bit deep there. Stanisic apparently threw the ball away there. I think Stanisic is going to be lucky not to be on a yellow if he's done that and kicked the ball away earlier. Very lucky. West Ham going to retake the free kick. It's Aged to take it. Again, Stanisic getting lucky here. If he's kicked the ball, if he's threw the ball away that time, didn't see him happen. Big ball forward to Mikel Antonio. Tapsoba was standing on top of him, but he's wins the ball. Cresswell can't find Kudus the first time, can find him the second time. And it's going to be a throw, and Stanisic wins it. This time he doesn't kick it away. Weird how that works. Weird. Exactly this. 100% this, Dean. Doing what other teams have done to us. We've been rattled plenty. Good to see us getting back in, but we can't lose our hands. Exactly this. We've been Leverkusen wasting as much time as humanly possible because we have been rattled recently. We've been got at recently. We've been physically done in a couple of times over the last month. I love to see us doing it back. Love to see us doing it back. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. There's a huge amount of you, by the way. 1.1k people in here right now, so thank you very much. Subscribe if you're around here. Most consistent West Ham fan channel when it comes to watch-alongs over the last 5 seasons we've been doing it. Well, hey, like the video. It helps us out massively. We're absolutely flying on likes, by the way. We're at 452, so I'm not going to complain whatsoever. Big boot forward again. Tar nods it down, can only find James Ward-Prowse. This is beautiful. Finds Jarrod Bowen, looking to whip it into rotation. Oh, Mikel Antonio. I was ready for 2. I was ready for 2 again. That ball forward, they nod it down. James Ward-Prowse wins it with a high turnover. Jarrod Bowen puts it onto his strong foot, whips it in from deep. That whips in from deep, and Mikel Antonio inches away from getting that one in. He puts his hand up, calls for it. He's in round the back of Tapsoba. It's beautiful, just can't quite get there. And Kovar collects it. It's close. It's close. This is pandemonium. What a game for the neutrals, and what a game for us so far. This has been beautiful from us so far. Just keep on them. Just keep it happening. I know. We want to keep this up for... It's going to be hard to keep going for the entire first half, but just keep it going. Keep it going. Keep hitting them like this, because this is what we need to do. At halftime, they're going to get the moment to come in, going to calm down, going to be able to chill out a little bit, get their heads again. Ooh, ball round the back was almost fine, Teller, but Zuma controls that one and then just boots it long. Tar tried to nod it forward. There's a West Ham player down. I'm not sure who it is. Who is it? It's Aged. Aged is in a lot of pain. A lot of pain. His face is like in the turf, and his arms were flailing. He was screaming for it. And obviously in this situation, we wouldn't want to be wasting time, so that's probably a very bad sign. We had the ball as well. Again, it's annoying because it obviously gives them a little bit of time to get in, but hopefully he's okay. We'll see what happens. Tapsoba comes in. Ooh, does not look nice. Tapsoba plays the ball forward, was looking for Patrick Schick, and he does really well there just to get his foot in and sort of get ahead of him, just to flick it in, but just twists his left ankle. Bono's out there warming up, twists his left ankle in a really awkward fashion. Not nice to see. Not nice to see whatsoever. We could also be seeing a first half substitute from us potentially. This has been so good from us so far, and we just need to make sure we keep at it in this first half, because they're going to get an opportunity, and this is a really good opportunity for now for them to regroup and control it a little bit and figure out what they're doing and get a bit calm. But we need to keep on it. Halftime's going to be the big thing for them, depending on how long this goes. This could be a really big moment for them. And Ogbono coming on for Aged is a scary moment. Obviously, a great defender, done us very well, but that space, that speed, it's going to be a bit concerning. We need to keep on top of this until at least half-time. Make them concerned, because they are rattled right now. And this is going to calm them down a little bit, but they are utterly rattled right now. I'm loving it, Dean. I'm loving it. Agaird's now gone off the pitch. He's seeing, I think, if he can carry on, potentially we'll see. I'm absolutely loving it, Dean. I'm having the time of my life right now. Julian Dix is Stone Cold Steve Austin. Who would the other players be? I don't know. Game's got back underway. I don't know. I need to think about this. Come back to me. I need to think about this. Game's got back underway. Leverkusen on the ball, trying to pass it around again. We're now deep in that sort of defensive shape. We want to be able to win the ball and then boot it again real quick. Although we've managed pressing-wise, really nicely done from us. James Ward-Prowse is having a brilliant game, by the way. James Ward-Prowse is having a beautiful game. That high press, and again he forces them to kick it, and Soufal wins it. He's doing so well today. Alvarez goes down, but I tell you what, he does brilliantly to hold it on. Kudus trying to steal the ball away from him and manages it eventually, and he takes it past his man beautifully. Find Mikel Antonio if you can. Find Mikel Antonio if you can. The opportunity sort of went waning. He does really well to keep possession of the ball there. Maybe stole it a little bit from Alvarez, but he does really well to get possession of the ball there. Aaron Cresswell again, instead of going for the cross, passes it back. Again, is back on the pitch. He's walking around now. We're going to see if he can carry on. He's hobbling a bit, but we'll see if he can carry on. West Ham still have possession of the ball. We're looking to recycling it down the right-hand side. Jarrod Bowen floats it across to Aaron Cresswell. Controls. Whips it. That's a great ball in. Mikel Antonio gets his head onto it, but there's a block. He gets the right side of him. Jonathan Tah gets a good block into him. Gets the right side and stops it from happening. And it's going to be a throw into Leverkusen deep in their area by the halfway line. By the corner flag. Good cross in from Aaron Cresswell. That's that stuff he can bring that Ben Johnson can't. Gets his head onto it, and it's good block. It wasn't Jonathan Tah in the end. It was is it Hincapié, maybe? And the commentators are saying Ogbonna will probably be about to come on. Aaron Cresswell does really well. Then nips in ahead of Souček. Jarrod Bowen maybe looking to try and flick it over the top. Can't quite find it. And Leverkusen have the ball. Palacios comes short to collect it for Leverkusen. 5 minutes to go, plus whatever stoppage time gets added on. Leverkusen looking to try and work it forward. James Ward-Prowse is having an absolutely beautiful game. He's having a really, really strong game today. And a lot of what we're doing right now is possible because of what he's doing. And I think he deserves... Look, he gets a lot of criticism very, very fairly. But I think today is one of those situations where he's working perfectly. And I think we should call it out when it's happening. I believe James is Angelo Ogbonna. He's going to come on. I think that's what the commentators just said for Aged, you would suspect. Leverkusen again. The pressure just working... forcing them back. Tapsoba beautifully turn over again. Could have decides to go backwards. Could have maybe gone forward. Decides to go backwards again a second time. I tell you what, an injured again is just taking it around your man. You love to see it. You love to see it. He's limping a lot there. Alvarez going with the big long crossfield diag. Can't quite make it work. He slips at the same time. Thomas Souček battling for it. Can't quite win it either. Teller pings it across. Looking for Wirtz. Finds him. Turns inside. Thomas Souček. He sees your boy. And he says, nah. Not happening. Not having it. Oh, Wirtz is so good. Yeah. Guess what? Thomas Souček just said no. A little bit dangerous passing, but we managed to get it forward. Mikel Antonio under a bit of pressure from Jonathan Tah. Works out for us. We still have possession of the ball. Let's get it across to the left-hand side quickly. Fabianski. Love that from him. Love that. Finds Aaron Cresswell. Takes the heavy touch just away from Nathan Teller. Yeah, and again, just looking to try and get the ball out of his feet as quickly as possible at the moment. Oh, is no one else doing a watch along? Usually there's like 15 of us. Usually there's like 15 of us. Well, there you go. Subscribe. If there ever was evidence of the most consistent fan channel when it comes to watch-alongs, although I don't know if that's what you meant, so I shouldn't start saying stuff now. To be fair, subscribe to them all. They all do good work. Watch-alongs are a difficult thing to do, and I respect anyone who does them. Jesus Christ. Alvarez plays it out to the right-hand side. West Ham slowing it down a little bit here. In these sort of positions, it could be interesting to see what we can do. We want to get Jarrod Bowen in a slightly deeper position. Oh, it was a nice idea to try and ping it into Jarrod Bowen. Get him in those deeper positions and just start pinging in those deep crosses. And now, yes, good pressure, good high turnover once again. Alvarez plays it out wide to Bowen. A little bit of a heavy touch, whips it a little bit. We still possession. Still stays possession. Cresswell down to Kudus, puts it back across. Oh, Antonio! Can't get the shot away. Alvarez hits it. Oh, it gets blocked. Soufal straight into the hands of the goalkeeper. Close. Flipping heck. I don't know how to deal with it. I don't know how to do any of this. I don't know how to deal with any of this. Again, so close again. Just lining up on the wall, just waiting for it to happen. Game is slowing down a little bit. But Leverkusen get again since the big break happened with Agger, they're able to just get on the ball, slow it down a little bit. They were maybe looking to go at us a bit fast, looking to change it a bit fast, in the game in its essence to slow down a little bit. But we want them when they're in these positions, they're on the ball at the moment, deep in our half. We want to be able to just get the ball and boot it. But again, they're passing it quite far back, and another beautiful high turnover from Jarrod Bowen. Kudus picks up the ball quickly. He has James Ward-Prowse to his left. Takes too long, but thankfully Mikel Antonio is on it. James Ward-Prowse looking to whip it in. We're going to get a throw in. Love that. And they're going to take the throw. It's Cresswell to take it. Mohamed Kudus just getting caught out a little bit there, but when the Leverkusen player comes in behind and nips the ball away from him, thankfully Mikel Antonio was there to get first time pass. Does beautifully into the path of Alvarez. He's maybe shaping for a little bit for a shot. Spins his man. Free kick. We'll take that. We will take that. Free kick about 30 yards away from goal for West Ham United. Edson Alvarez. Yeah, Alvarez's shot. We're just looking at the replay there. Hits Antonio. But probably a bit further than that. Maybe 35 yards away from goal. It's probably too far, if we're being honest, for a James Ward-Prowse position. I would love to see it. I would live for it. And he has scored 5 minutes of stoppage time called. We've got 5 minutes left of this first half. And we've seen it happen before. He has scored from this sort of range before, but realistically, this is probably too far away from him. This is 35 yards, probably too far away. Aaron Cresswell's standing over it as well. James Ward-Prowse looked like he was going to leave this one for Aaron Cresswell. Left foot. Looking for that sort of deep swinger towards the back post potentially. You've got Kurt Zuma towards the back stick. You've got Thomas Souček towards the back stick. Makes sense for James Ward-Prowse to leave this one. Makes sense. Looks to whip it. Poor goes too far ahead of everyone. He was looking for Thomas Souček at the back post. Can't find it. It is still running. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with it still running, you know. I'm interested to see how it goes. I mean, it's very close, actually. I've just looked at the results. It's very, very close. I'm okay with it still running for now, Jimmy. We'll see. I'll probably end it at some point, but I'm okay with it for now. Yeah, Gerd's down again. He's going to have to come off. He's down again. He's sort of shaking his head towards the bench. He's going to have to come off. Ogbono was warming up and I think was ready to come on previously. Probably going to try and leave it till half time, but it's going to be a case now where Angelo Ogbono is going to... Yeah, Angelo Ogbono's about to come on for Nayef for Gerd. Goes off injured. 2 first half subs. One because we absolutely rattled them. And a second one because Agaird's gone down injured. You hate to see it. But I tell you what. A big shiny dome rolling back the years. Upton Park vibes. I'd be here for it. We're going to need an Ogbono masterclass today. That's very high praise from you, Dave, by the way. I'll be taking that very kindly, but it's very high praise from you. And again, Susan, again, very, very high praise. Thank you. I don't deal well with praise. Don't deal well with praise. Pressure at the back line. Big boot forward. That's ours, surely. Thomas Souček nods that one forward. You love to see it. Second Thomas Souček header. Yeah, it's left to drop, but Thomas Souček has the ball anyway off Soufal. Just sort of dinks it forward, looking for Jarrod Bowen. Jonathan Tah under a bit of pressure, heads it back, and again, a wild clearance. Beautiful stuff. Let's get this throw in. Right-hand side in the corner quadrant. Vladimir Sufal maybe looking for his classic long throw. Yeah, just the Og Sheen, you know? Just huge. Here comes that long throw. Battling for it. Jonathan Tah gets the header. James Ward-Prowse nods it back across. Kurt Zouma manages to get the head down towards Mikel Antonio. It doesn't quite work out. Head tennis ensues. Back and forth. Vladimir Sufal wide on the right-hand side looks to try and take a first touch to load up the cannon and whip it back towards the box, but Wirtz gets the block. And it's going to be a throw-in once again. Vladimir Sufal comes across. He's got a short option in James Ward-Prowse if he wants it. You could see a James Ward-Prowse maybe taking a touch and then whipping it in. Vladimir Sufal looks like he's loading up the cannon, lobs it in. Tell you what, Jonathan Tah wins that one again. Mohamed Kudus can't quite get possession of the ball, but does a second time, manages to take it past Nathan Teller. Looks to whip it in. He does well there. Teller goes down under a little bit of pain. Hopefully he's okay for his sake, but Kudus does really well there. Couldn't quite ever get the ball away from him for a brief moment. Looking to twist and turn, not really being able to find a bit of space and being able to find the space and time to really get his foot on the ball. And then just one kick, bang, he's past Teller and he's forces them into an awkward position. Teller gets the block and he's holding his ankle, but he seems to be able to get on and be fine. It's going to be a corner. James Ward-Prowse top bins from the corner? I wouldn't be against it. Referee's just having a conversation with Mikel Antonio. He's done his homework. Corner happens. He instantly comes across to Mikel Antonio and goes, don't foul the goalkeeper. 5 minutes of stoppage time, almost up. You've got Mikel Antonio forcing his way towards the goalkeeper against Tatsoba. Zouma there, whipped it towards him. Oh, Kovar managed to get the punch away, but it's not very good. Bayer Leverkusen get the control. That's a nice little flick to Wirtz. But I tell you what, James Ward-Prowse nips that ball away. They've still managed to get the ball over. Bayer Leverkusen, they're attacking quickly. They've got numbers coming forward, but we've got numbers getting back even faster. James Ward-Prowse is doing an amazing job today. He gets a lot of criticism and 100% rightly so, but today is one of the games where we cannot criticize him. He is doing beautifully. There it is. There is the halftime whistle. 1-0 West Ham. An unreal performance. First 30 minutes, 35 minutes, whatever it was, until again went down injured. It was all us. It was all fighting. It was all fire. We were on form. We were making them pay. They were absolutely rattled to the point where they made a sub in the first half of one of their centre-backs, 27 minutes in or whatever it was. An insane thing to imagine happening in any other situation. Absolutely beautiful. After the major stoppage where again went down injured, they've managed to calm down a little bit, Leverkusen, and take their time on the ball a little bit more. They've realised maybe they were trying to push it. They wanted to get that third goal for aggregate reasons. They wanted to kill the game off early, and they've learned instead of to try and slow the game down a bit, and it's worked a little bit in their favour. But even so, we have still been completely on top after that. They have barely created anything. They have been absolutely brilliant today, West Ham, from start to finish. I have basically no notes. I'm loving it. I'm dealing with it, and I tell you what, Gio, I'm having the time of my life.
Yeah, we outstanding, absolutely outstanding in the first half. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. I'm excited. I'm believing. My hair's everywhere. I'm tearing my hair out watching that half. Fantastic. Every player, the tactics, everything, perfect. We've got them on the ropes. Their team are rattled. Xabi Alonso's rattled. He's making a sub after half an hour. He doesn't know what to do. The danger with being unbeaten is you don't go behind very often. You don't know what to do. This is new territory. It's not completely new. They've been behind, Karabakh in the previous round, for example. But Karabakh, they scored 2 goals in injury time. Right. Yeah. So this I'm excited, Charlie. There's just a small part of me, just when there's like breaks, I'm thinking, where's this been? But I'm loving this, Charlie. I'm a believer now. We're going to do this.
Yeah, you have to. Look at the difference between them. They've still had more possession of us. They've had 55% possession, but this is Jurgen Klopp gegenpressing Borussia Dortmund at its best. That's what it is. When we get the ball, when they have the ball and they're deep in their area, we're pressing them, we're pushing them. We're either getting high turnovers or we're forcing them to kick it long, where the likes of Thomas Souček or Kurt Zouma are winning those headers and getting those turnovers deeper. And when they do have the ball and they are deep in our half, we just punt it long. And that's the difference here. It doesn't matter that we're punting it long. It's not playing it long, because what we're doing is we've looked at it, we've gone, they're playing a dangerously high line. Let's just punt it at them and have Mikel Antonio run at them. And they don't know how to deal with it at all. To talk about the fact they've had more possession, let's look at it in this time. They've had one shot in that entire half. We've had 10. Honestly, I cannot be happier about that.
It was a bit of a speculative effort from Tella from 20-odd yards. I know my hair's everywhere, but my hair's been getting it in that half. I've been holding it and whatever. Every time the ball's been going in, I'm giving it all. I thought Bowen had scored. But yeah, do you know something? This is going to sound really stupid. I'm kind of glad we didn't score the second, because I've convinced myself before the game 1-0 is perfect, because at 2-0 we'd come out and defend, and I don't want that. I want us to come out just like we've been playing for the first 45. High energy, high press. We're in their faces. If we went in 2-0, I'm not sure we'd come out and do that. I think we'd come out and go, whoa, right, okay, let's just be careful here. So at 1-0, we have to keep going. The longer it goes on, obviously they've got a strong bench and can make changes. So we've got maybe half an hour, I think, to get that second goal. I'm loving this, though. This has been fantastic. This is absolutely fantastic for us tonight. Antonio's in beast mode. Kudus is up for it. Bowen's up for it. Ward-Prowse is having the game of his life. Never mind at West Ham, in his life in midfield. Alvarez is putting some really good tackles in midfield. Souček's doing his bit. Thin Gio's playing well. Sufal's playing well. Zuma's untested. And now we've got Uncle Ogbonna coming onto the park as well. But everybody's playing really, really well. I'm so happy. And even seeing Billy McKinlay getting stuck in, love it. Absolutely love it, Charlie.
God knows what happened there.
I don't care what happened. Get on him. Get in him. You know, get Kevin Nolan going. It gets the crowds up. You see Antonio fouled up. I know he's on a booking, but got Jonathan Tah on a booking as well.
Antonio being on a booking doesn't matter. Jonathan Tah being on a booking is bad news for them.
Yeah, he got Tah rattled, and you could almost. He was trying to get Kasunu or Tsoba, whoever it was. He was getting in at him first of all. He's giving him a few nods, going, "Come on, man, come on, what are you going to do? What are you going to do?" And Tah reacted. Happy days. He's got a centre back on a booking for the next 45 minutes. So, I love this. I want to see more aggro from us. I like it. So when Billy McKinlay is getting stuck in with the German coaches, I'm all for it. I'm here for it. Go on, give it some.
I've never seen Billy McKinlay react like that either.
I've never seen Billy McKinlay. He's never there.
It's a rare moment. But
just appeared from nowhere.
If I only ever see him when he's deciding to go 1v1 versus their bench, I'm fine with it.
Man's been defrosting all week. The corpse has been warmed up. He's come out giving it large on the dugout and got sent off. I'm here for it. Absolutely love it.
Before I go, Tom, thank you very much for the £3. I'll put your name up in the thing in a split second. But Gio, I shall be back in a moment.
Cheers, Bev. All right, let's see what you're all saying while I click on your comments and see what you're all saying. Can you please subscribe with you to Hamish Chat? 1,700 watching, which is incredible. We've never had 2,000, I don't think, or maybe we have. But anyway, if you're new around here, please do subscribe and drop a like on the video as well. It helps out this video, so people type in West Ham Leverkusen. This is the video that gets recommended. Right, let's have a little look, see what you're all saying. James says, Alvarez has been immense. Mancunian says it turns out it's easy to knock the ball around when you're allowed to. They don't like it. More of this. It's there for us. It's happening. Toby says, makes you think the players have only been given 80% all season. Can really tell they want this one. Carl says, we have to carry on and keep on rattling them. They're here for the taking. Rhiannon's very happy with this. Aaron says, we need play like this every week and I'll be happy with David Moyes. Dean says their defence calmed down somewhat after Kevin Nolan got involved. Gaming says Ward-Prowse has been ridiculous. Best player on the pitch tonight, James Ward-Prowse. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely fantastic. Michael said, if I'm fighting another manager, he wants Kevin Nolan backing him up. Yeah, I'd want Kevin Nolan as well, to be honest with you. Bradley says, we're going to do this. Dalla is speechless. Etel said this is a display. Can we keep it up? I think we've got another half an hour. Doug says, voice is gone. Watch, think some exercising. I'm all for it. Love that. Absolutely love that. West Ham make it 2-0. Your watch is going to think you're having a heart attack. It's going to start contacting your emergency contacts saying, I think Doug has collapsed. Jonathan says, once again, it shows what we have in our locker and begs the curation. What the hell have we been doing for the rest of the season? I've thought that smidgen, just now and again, like when a Gerd was injured, I sat there thinking, well, could we not have done this last week? But this is, I'm trying not to think like that. This is fantastic. Mark says it's 10 out of 10. I completely agree. Jonathan said he's worried about fitness for the second half, whereas another Jonathan said we've got to keep the pressure on. Roger's glad we're giving it a go. Great performance so far. Katie said Ward-Prowse has been unbelievable so far. Archie says James Ward-Prowse master class. Metaversal said James Ward-Prowse has had his Weetabix. Preview wants to have a drink with me, but I'm drinking. Believe it or not, I've not actually had a sip. I'm literally drinking Highly Spring. I appreciate I may appear somewhat intoxicated. I'm not. I am high on West Ham tonight. Honestly, I am absolutely buzzing with that performance in the first half. Not very often can I get sucked into a game where I'm not there, but tonight it's got me from the start. After 1 minute, we went at them, and 3 minutes on the clock, a couple of tasty tackles. We'd had a bit of a go, and then Antonio scoring early. We've been absolutely fantastic in the first half. Mancunian, bang on this is. Adrenaline can get us through the fatigue. Born to cut inside and level it. If we score the second one, we're going on. It's just some things are inevitable. Preview would like a beer anyway. He's going to send a message. Don't send me money for beers. Don't send me that. We might do an event at the end of the season or in the summer. In the summer, we're going to try and do an event. There may be events around the Euros. That's all I'm going to say. It's not set in stone yet, but we're going to try and do a couple of events over the summer if there's enough interest. That's not for tonight, though. But don't send me money for beer, please. Honestly, being a patron's incredible enough. Irons says Ward-Prowse having a game of his life. He's just incredible. He's absolutely incredible out there tonight. He's turned up, and this is where it comes back to belief. And when fans say, I don't think we're going to win, you're allowed that. It doesn't mean that Moyes isn't allowed to say that to the players. The boys came out tonight, fired up. They've been fantastic. They're backing each other up as well throughout this season. Bristol City in particular, I feel like we've got bullied. There's none of that tonight. Whenever there's a small bit of aggro, we're there backing each other up. Ward-Prowse nudged someone over. Mikel Antonio and Edson Alvarez came over as if saying, what's the problem here? There wasn't even anything there. They were trying to start something. Absolutely love it. I'm watching a team out there tonight. That is one of the best 45 minutes I've seen West Ham play this season, I think. One of. There may be other ones. But when you take into context who we are playing as well, every player out there has played minimum good. Some have been excellent, but nobody's having a poor game for us. It's going to get tougher. They'll be getting the riot act in there. They've got some top players on the bench like Boniface and Frimpong, but they ain't got the attitude. We've turned up with the attitude. Their attitude is off tonight, and they are rattled. We've got them rattled. We are unlucky to only be 1-0 up today. We possibly deserve to be 2 up. I think we do, actually. Antonio's unlucky in the sense that his second header, and then he blocked Edson Alvarez's shot, which I think the keeper might have had it covered. But we are playing really good. The crosses coming in from Bowen and Ward-Prowse. Let's keep them coming in. Kudus, Creswell, keep them coming in. Antonio is winning everything. He's winning absolutely everything in that box, and I love it. Katie says player ratings will be interesting. Depends on the second half, but at the minute they're going in there. Everybody's getting a good mark so far. Paul said it's James Ward-Paqueta. Love that. James Ward-Paqueta. Makes a change from calling him James Ward-Mouse. But I like that one. Lots of people saying Boniface and Frimpong are coming on. That's going to get a little bit tasty. Creswell's going to have a bit of a job on his hands, and so is Zuma and Ogbonna. But you know what? bringing on players is all very well. If they don't improve their attitude, they're not going to do anything. They need to address that first and foremost, because we're beating them in every facets of the game so far, and it's just. Do you know something? As a player, that got to G you up. If you're Cresswell seeing ping pong coming on, you've got to be thinking, "Come on, then, bring it on. Let's have you. I'm going to have a go at you. Let's do it."
I don't think it particularly changes the tactics either.
No, you'll just bring. I assume Stanisic and Schick are the two going off, and it'll be Frimpong on the right and Boniface.
I don't think it changes much for us either, really, if we're being honest about it. I mean, we still want to do the exact same stuff. It's just they're going to be a bit more dangerous, but that's fine. It's not their problem hasn't necessarily been when they have possession of the ball. It's literally everything else about it.
Before the game, we would have been hyped up. We'd have been a bit pumped up, ready to go. But now, to start the second half, we've got momentum, we've got confidence, we've got everything. So what we had at the start, times it by 5, we've got that. We're in a far better position now than we are. If anything, Leverkusen's in the tricky situation. What do? Do you hang on to the one goal lead, or do you go and try and get another one? But the more you go for it, the more it suits West Ham at the same time. So actually, all the pressure's on Alonso, because we know what we've got to do. We've got to score again. We have to keep going. He is the one that's got to decide how he approaches the second half. And if he gets it wrong, they could find themselves out of the Europa League. I'm buzzing for the second half, Charlie. I'm believing now. I'm excited. And this is what I want to see. If we go out, go out on your sword. Go out leaving everything on the pitch. Give us something to be proud of. And just the domino effect is, Charlie, I'll start believing that we can actually win the remaining Premier League games and get European football.
Sure.
That's the domino effect of tonight. It's just, but first and foremost, 45 minutes, possibly 75 minutes. Let's hope we can do it. And we're needing a miracle. We're halfway to a miracle. Just a repeat, and we can do this. Come on, boys.
Gee, a miracle suggests that it wasn't in our own making, and we've done this. Boniface and Frimpong have both come on, by the way, so I'll let you run off because I can see them walking onto the pitch now.
If people haven't subscribed, please do. We're 170 people away from 38,000. We could get 38,000 subscribers live on the watch along. That'd be beautiful. But if not, anyway, I'll catch you on the review later, Charlie. Enjoy the second half.
Thank you, Gio, and thank you all for joining. Remember, 45 minutes to go, and then Gio will be live once again with our live match review. Frimpong and Boniface have come on. I'll have to have a look at who they came on for in a second and change the lineup. But we have 45 minutes to go, plus potentially stoppage time in the Europa Conference League quarter-final, second leg. An incredible first half from West Ham United gets underway with a second. Come on, you Lions! Deploy the boys. It's time to run 2 tings. So the first one was definitely Teller for Frimpong. And the other one, who was it? Was it Schick for Boniface would be my guess? I don't know. We'll wait to see. Pressure quickly from West Ham. Leverkusen on the ball, looking to try and play it around and instantaneously wins it back. Nice. Let's start the half how we mean to go on. Let's could just try a little something, but we win a throw in from it. Start the half how we mean to go on. Let's put our foot on the pedal and just put a bit of pressure on them. Foul potentially. We still have possession of the ball. Mohamed Kudus, keepy uppies with it. Taking it past, trying to take on 3 people and loses out again. Tries too much there and loses out on the ball. But we surround the players, trying to get it off him. Boniface dropping deep. Kurt Zuma all over him. And apparently that's a free kick somehow. I'm not sure how. I think it is Boniface for Schick. Boniface. I think it's Boniface for Schick. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stop myself, Nick. It's going to be non-stop, just sort of hands on heads. I feel like Bell. I will say something about. I will say the poll, right? I was really interested in the poll because obviously in the first half when we did it, it was very heavily in favour of. Bayer Leverkusen, whereas now, amazingly, West Ham are winning in the poll of who you think will go through, which is insane to see. Yeah, Boniface has come on. Right, okay. Tapsoba finds Palacios. Them looking to find the ball again. This is where if we win the ball here, just punt it long. Mohamed Kudus battles with it, tries to dribble his way out of it. Jesus, play it back again. Cresswell, hit it forward. Nice little nod on from James Ward-Prowse, finds Mikel Antonio. And that's the sort of things we want to hit those. We want to hit those long balls, but we want them to be even higher than that. As much as we want to see ball to feet, usually in this specific scenario, what we want to see is those long balls over the top. Big, we want them on the back foot, sprinting backwards. That's where we got the joy from those centre backs panicking, is when they were sprinting backwards because the balls were over the top. That's what we want. If they might want to be standing off maybe a little bit deeper. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw that from Leverkusen. Just their centre backs maybe stood just slightly further back. But that's what we want to see from them when they're in those positions where we get the turnover deep in our own half, deep in our area. Just punt it hard and long. Let's get them on the back foot. And yeah, we're going to lose out and we're going to give away possession doing that. But we want to force them to running backwards. We want to get them back into those positions they don't want to be in. They've put on Boniface to try and make those long balls stick. Angelo Ogbonna does really well there. Really well from Angelo Ogbonna. He doesn't win the ball, but he does well. I will put a poll up for a bell in a second, by the way. Aaron Cresswell kicks it long. Somehow it stays... Oh, no, it goes out. I thought it was going to stay in there. Bloody hell. 744 likes. There are 1,300 in here of you right now. There was some English in there, maybe. You know what I was trying to say. You can cobble it together. You're smarter than I am. If you all like the video, we'd hit 1,000, which is rare for us. That's an incredibly rare feat for us to hit 1,000 likes on a watch along. We're incredibly close to doing it. Who is going through tonight? West Ham, 53% of the 2.4 thousand people voted. Bayer Leverkusen, 46%. It changed. It changed heavily, but we're going to get a bell poll in there because there's been enough calls for it. Bell poll live. We'll give it the 90 seconds, so 50 and a half-ish. Mikel Antonio does really well to take it past his man, really well. And then lays it short. Nicely done. Again, we don't want to get caught in this sort of build-up battle. Nice ball over the top from Soufal into the path of Thomas Souček, who slides in, and James Ward-Prowse trying to fight for it. Mikel Antonio not to do it. And no, sorry, it's James Ward-Prowse, it's Jarrod Bowen, not James Ward-Prowse. And he does beautifully to win a throw-in. Love that. Absolutely love that. Vladimir Soufal loading up the cannon, loading up the trebuchet for that long throw from the right-hand side in that corner quadrant, looking to just launch it into the box. Everyone getting in there. In it comes. Thomas Souček was there, but the goalkeeper manages to come out and collect it. And Kovar throws it quickly, looking for Jeremy Frimpong wide on the right-hand side even. And he has the pace to do it. Wirtz is steaming into the middle. West Ham have the numbers right now, but they're dangerous. Frimpong whips it in. Wirtz on the far side, hits it on the volley. And thankfully, it goes high and wide. Yeah, I personally don't like him, James. I'm not a big fan of the long throws that Vladimir Soufal does. I get it. It's essentially a corner. It's a dangerous set piece. But to me, I've never really seen us do anything with it. But equally, on the flip side, I think our throw-ins are god-awful and have been for a long, long time. So realistically, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Like, we might as well just lob it in there, I guess, because at least that way the turnover is far away. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Bell poll's over. Let's have a look at the result. 78% of people said yes. All right, next time it goes out of play, I'll go and grab a bell. Dean, the people have voted. I'm sorry. We're a democracy here. What the people say happens. Apart from eating the wax or cutting my hair. Those things, they don't happen. But in terms of eating cheese, those happen. It's going to be a free kick to us from a Hincapié. Played out wide quickly. Again, I was going to go grab it, but it was too quickly. Alvarez picks it up, plays it out wide to Kurt Zouma, looking to change it across to this wide right-hand side. Again, slowing down the pace only serves to suit them. And that's sort of what we've been forced into since the Agerd moment. That's what we've been forced into doing. They've slowed it down. We've slowed it down a bit. And that only has served to suit them so far. And we don't want that. We want to continue playing that sort of, to use the Jurgen Klopp phrase, that heavy metal football. That heavy metal football. Free kick. We'll go now. We'll go now as quickly as we can. Danny will keep you company. I'll be back in a sec. Be back in a sec. Bell acquired. I don't know if you can hear that. There is a dog. I don't know if you can hear it. There is a dog barking like crazy on the road outside the back of the house. I don't know if you can hear it. At the back of the flat, there is a dog going absolutely balmy on that road. Anyway, right. There we go. No, that's the wrong button. That one. That's what I was looking for. There we go. Bell acquired. Leverkusen. Wirtz passing it out wide to Grimaldo. Don't hear the dog? Okay, good. I think it's stopped now, but my lord, it was... I don't know what was happening with it, but it was not happening. Never really heard dogs on that road. Don't know what's going on. Anyway. Taps over. They're passing it around at the back now. Leverkusen trying to get that press in there. Can't make it. And again, you can see there Stanisic playing it inwards, and you can see him just tranquiloing it, just saying to calm down, slow it down a bit. That's what they want. They want it to be slowed down. Here's the bell. Ladies and gentlemen, reach out, touch the screen, give me your power, Yuri Geller style. Let's get that bell in there. Good tackle from Vladimir Sufal. Let's give the power. Let's go through. It's happening. Bell chomped. Their first one, corner, gets nodded away all the way back to the goalkeeper. Press from James Ward-Prowse, and again, that long ball. I would have preferred Angelo Ogbonna hit it quickly. Yeah, throw it quickly. Oh, yeah, Fabianski. Okay, good. I would have preferred Ogbonna nod it down there. Again, just slowing down that pace is not good for us. We want it to be faster. Maybe Damien. I feel like unless we can speed the tempo up, then the pace maybe isn't fresh legs would help, maybe potentially. I just don't know who it is. The problem is when you look at the bench, right? Anang, Knightsbridge, Johnson, not Ogbonna because he's on. Casey, Orford, Sawyer, Cornet, Ings, Mubama. None of them are really going to positively affect this game that much. We want to keep on them. We want to keep pressing. We want to keep that pace up. None of them's really going to be able to stop that. I think we've got the best midfield we can, and that's sort of where we're going to need to transition quickly from. So I don't know who we can put in that position. Mikel Antonio did beautifully there. Taps over, holding on to him, and he does brilliantly, Antonio. Stips take him up. Free kick, easy as you like. How is that not a free kick? Goal kick, excuse me? Mikel Antonio does beautifully against Tapsoba there. Just sends him the wrong way. Tapsoba puts his foot in to stop him and just trips him over. That's about as easy a free kick as you're going to give. We're pressing on them from it. There we go. Beautiful work. Mohamed Kudus picks up the ball. Yeah, screw you. Whipped in. Oh, Jarrod Bowen can't get onto the end of it. But again, Boniface collects it from there. That's the difference between Boniface and Schick. He's able to get into those positions, and Frimpong staying very far forward. The pass on for Wirtz. Ogbonna can't get there. Passes it back. Boniface on the edge of the area. Looks to try. Thankfully, he tries a back heel. Stupid from him, and we can come away with the ball. Jarrod Bowen resists the nip, and in we go. Nicely done. Again, let's go forward with this. Ward-Prowse finds Kudus on the far side. Alvarez looks to dribble past his man. Shifts it across to Vladimir Sofal. By the way, I didn't realise. Sam Pearce with the £5. Thank you very much. I'll lob your name in the top corner with Tom as we go now. That must have happened at half time because I did not see that. So, one day I'll get a thing that automates this process. But until then, a personal touch, you know. Sam, Tom, thank you very much. Name's in the top corner now. Jarrod Bowen can't taking it past his man. Rate the bell 1 to 10. It was a decent bell, to be fair. I'd put it as solid as bells go. 7.5, 8. It was a solid bell. Who Who are the available subs? Jimmy, here you go. Anang, Knightsbridge, Johnson, Casey, Orford, Sawyer, Corney, Ings, and Mibama. Obviously, Ogbona's already come onto the pitch. Funny. This is it. This is what I'm saying, Dean. I agree with you. They've slowed it down. They've slowed down their build-up. They've got people on who are a little bit better at holding up the ball, like Boniface over Patrick Schick. Oh, Alvarez goes down holding his ankle there in a big, big way. Hopefully he's okay. I think he will be, but under the pressure from Wirtz there. Ooh, yeah, Wirtz. Little long stretch out there. Stakes on it. But yeah, that's exactly what it is for me. They've slowed it down nicely. They've slowed it down. They've done what they needed to do. They've slowed down the pace, and that's what's helping them here. We want it back to being fast, and we can't be scared of that. It's scary to go, let's just step up the pace. Let's get it real end to end with Bundesliga champions in April, Bayer Leverkusen, who have got Boniface and Grimaldo and Frimpong and all these quick players. No. Let's get that. Let's step at them in that way, because that's the real game changer for us. If we can get that speed up there, we're going to win it. We're going to win it. Back to Ogbonna, but again, our build-up play is too slow. It's too slow. Ball over the top from Zuma. And I tell you what, Mikel Antonio is being held back by Tapsoba there. How is that not a foul? How is that not a foul? Referee's giving it as a goal kick. I don't know what else he can do. He's literally being held back. David Moyes is like huddled over for this. Mikel Antonio, he's being, that's ridiculous. Robbie Savage says 50-50. Robbie Savage can get in the bin. Robbie Savage seems like a nice enough bloke, but as a commentator, he's awful. That is not 50-50. Mikel Antonio is trying. Mikel Antonio, who will be Danny in this instance, is trying to fight past Tapsoba. The ball is far away, so it's not going. Oh, Jarrod Bowen nips in. Jarrod Bowen is blocking it. Jarrod Bowen across. Oh, so close. Kudus picks it up on the far side. Looks to whip it back across the box. Jarrod Bowen can't get the head. Hitting some work. The ball is like far ahead, right? Mikel Antonio taps over, running alongside it for a ball. This is taps over. That's not 50-50. That's just arms across the face, my G. I have destroyed Danny's legs. Danny is not going to be standing for much longer. That was so close. That was so close, literally throwing the body on the line there. Whoever it was, I think it was Grimaldo, maybe at the back. I'm not sure who it was. Just literally his entire body on the floor, just trying to block Jarrod Bowen from being able to nip the ball in the area. Mikel Antonio taking up an interesting position on the right here with Jarrod Bowen sort of standing around up front. Don't know again whether or not it's going to be a permanent thing or a temporary thing. I'm not sure. Tapsoba on the halfway line, passing it to Tar. Lots of whistling happening from the crowd here. Not sure why. But again, just nicely done. Just forcing them back slowly. This is good. Mikel Antonio dropping off maybe. Maybe should have stepped forward, but just drops forward. Just drops back a little bit in a way I wasn't super keen on. Ooh, Soufal. I'm not sure who it was with there. A little bit of a gripsing match. We see the ball again there. Over the top. I'm not sure who that is, but Jarrod Bowen almost managed to get in there. Then the pull back. There were so many people there. So unbelievably close to a second one. Dave again with the £5. Thank you very much. You've already donated 10. It's very kind of you, sir, but please. APGW, of course, subscribe if you're annoying. Put a random Hammers chat subscriber's name in this super chat until you do gift memberships. Do we know is gift memberships? Oh yeah, because we don't have memberships, of course. All right, I'll put who. I tell you what I'll do, Dave. I'll put a timer on. I'll put a timer on my phone for say 5 minutes or whatever it is. I don't know. It's sometime between now and 5 minutes. So I won't say exactly 5 minutes. I'll say sometime between now and 5 minutes. I'll put a random time on, and then whoever is the last comment on screen when it happens, I'll put their name in the thing. But Dave, thank you very much. That's very kind of you, sir. Mikel Antonio wide on the left hand side on the ball. Timer is on. Soufal can't quite get the control. Souček can. It wasn't a bad ball in. Maybe a bit too far ahead, but it wasn't a bad ball in. They collect it and look to play it quickly. Leverkusen picking their opportunity to stretch now. Tapsoba is streaming forward. He gets around Alvarez a bit too easy. Alvarez manages to sort of come back on him. Plays it out wide to Boniface, who's forced to spin and take his time. We've got the numbers back. Boniface tries verts. They're not really committing the numbers. They don't have to, remember. They don't have to, but then they're not committing the numbers forward that they necessarily would need to break us down in those sort of scenarios. They're picking and choosing their moments. They've realised that. They've realised their mistake of the first half, and they're now choosing to pick and choose their moments. And that was one of them. They decided to stride forward with counter-attack. Tapsoba with the ball, comes all the way flying forward. And again, when the opportunity leaves itself and we've got the numbers that they don't, they just turn and decide to pass it back, which we're fine with. We want to try and lure them into that. If we can push them further forward, that's only going to benefit us. But again, they're playing it a lot smarter than they were. And that initial period, that initial 30, 35 minutes, whatever it was, where they were completely rattled, we've seen a different situation here where they're no longer in that scenario. They're a lot calmer. They sort of have a game plan now. Looking for Florian Wirtz inside the area. He controls it. Can't get any further forward. Plays it back. Hincapié. Back to Palacios, looking to recycle possession. Here's somebody with two. Oh, Emiliano, thank you very much for the £2. That's very, very kind of you. So I'll put your name in the top now. It's very, very kind of you. You don't have to. It helps out. It helps out me, but it also helps out Gio and Gonzo massively, and everyone else on the channel. It's hugely, hugely appreciated. I'll tell you what. Let's create a new line. Yeah. Ball gets played forward. Frimpong wide on the right hand side. Tell you, good foot in there from Alvarez. Cresswell does well. Alvarez does well again. Nicely done. Kudus goes flying in. Manages to nip that ball away. Takes it past Frimpong, who manages to... I'll tell you what. Frimpong with a battle there. It's a nice battle between the two of them. Leverkusen come away with the ball. Back out wide to Jeremy. Frimpong looks to try and whip it in. Deflects. Cresswell boots it away. James Ward-Prowse just tirelessly, continuously running, forcing them into positions they don't want to be in. They can't quite get it forward, and Vladimir Sufal controls it away. Throw into Leverkusen, wide on the left-hand side. Obviously, in the wide, it's a throw-in, Charlie. Shut your mouth. Ball comes forward. Verts looking for Frimpong, pings it back across. Over the top of everyone. Hincapié. Good block. Good block. Vladimir Sufal controls it. Lays it short to Jarrod Bowen. Very nicely done. Antonio's down again there. There's the thing. Trini was the last person who saw it. Trini's name will be going up. This ref is a mug. A comment I can agree with. Trini's name will be going in the top corner thanks to Dave. £5. Oh, bloody hell. Frimpong shot quickly wide from the right hand side, just out of nowhere, just hits a little bottle rocket towards Fabianski, who matches it. There we go. It probably was a cross, actually. Emiliano, Dave with the £5. Thank you very much. And Trini's name goes in the top because his was the last comment when it happened. Right, corner for Bayer Leverkusen. Their third of the game. Grimaldo comes across to take it from that right-hand side. In swinger. Alvarez nods it away at the front post. It's going to be a secondary corner. This ref really needs to get a hold of this Tapsoba Antonio stuff because it's getting a bit out of hand at this point. It's getting a bit out of hand. And by a bit, I mean it's out of hand. Whipped in again from Grimaldo this time. Looking for the back post. Jonathan Tah was there, but can't find it. It bounces off Jonathan Tah last, and it's going to be a goal kick. Let's take that quickly. They're looking to make another sub. Don't know who it is. He's bent over at the moment. I can't see him. And we've cut away from before I can see him. Who knows? But they're looking to make a sub. We take the goal kick slower than I wanted, but kind of quick. No, it's fine. So pace is just not what it's doing for us. Pace is just not it's too slow for us. We need to be faster. We need the game to be faster. It's a terrifying thing, but we need it to be faster. And it's difficult because the absolute levels that we were doing in the first half are kind of impossible to replicate over 90 minutes. It's just not something you can do in real life. It's just not especially with the group of players we have. There are some players who are capable of doing it. James Ward-Prowse is definitely one of them, for example. Mikel Antonio, potentially not. But we are letting the pace get the better of us right now. Leverkusen, it's exactly at the speed they want it to be. And we're not as dangerous as we were. Long ball forward, loses out. James Ward-Prowse there. But we're going to throw in anyway. That doesn't necessarily mean it's over. That doesn't necessarily mean it's over by any chance of imagination. We can still score from this. It's just not in the same way it was happening. Grimaldo is the one who's making way for Bayer Leverkusen. He comes off and on. In his place is Adley. I thought he had a really good game in the first game. He's popping up here, there, and everywhere. It's going to be interesting to see how it happens. Because he popped up here, there, and everywhere in the first game. And I'd be interested to see if he does a sort of similar thing here and sort of presses in a way which causes us big problems. We'll see how it ends up playing out. Ogbonna short to Alvarez. Looks to try and turn. Cresswell. Again, we're having that similar problem. Mikel Antonio's wide on the left-hand side. I want to see him fight. We've lost that fight a little bit. We just don't have in the same way we had in the first half. We just don't have that fight we had in the opening 35 minutes. And by fight, I mean physically a fight. Nice defending there from Kurt Zouma. Just that physical fight. They're pushing us and we win a free kick. First foul from Adley there. We don't have that same bite we had. We were really putting it on, and Mikel Antonio was up in the face of Tapsoba, up in the face of Jonathan Tah, you know, that sort of stuff that was really starting to rattle them, and we're just not getting that same thing in the second half. And we haven't since the Aguerd thing, but we need that back. Mikel Antonio again, finding space on the left-hand side, but I'm not interested in that. I don't want him there. I want him up against the centre-backs. I want him causing them problems. I want him pushing them. We're playing those long balls, but we're doing it too late. The second we get possession of the ball inside our own half and they're near us, pelt it. I'm not looking for pass, then pelt. I'm looking for straight pelt. That's all we need. We're losing it. We're losing it. And that's what we should be doing right now. And we're just not. We're not there yet, Gary. We're certainly not there yet. I will say that much. I'm not going to promise it won't come out at some point, but we're not there yet. Dangerous ball from Frimpong, and Fabianski punches it away. Boniface was there, but it was too far ahead of him. There's Mikel Antonio standing on Tapsoba. Fighting with Palacios. It's going to be a free kick. It's going to be a free kick to them. There was a shirt pull there from Mikel Antonio. Fighting for it. That's better. That's better. I want him in those central areas. I want him causing problems because those long balls, he's the one who makes those work. Those big balls forward, he's the one who fights for it. And Tapsoba stepping out from that back line to get on top of him is going to be a problem for them. And that's where I want him. So that was better. As much as he gives away the free kick, that was better. I know. I used to think about the same thing about Andy Carroll all the time. Other players would jump into him and he would somehow get the foul. And I'm like, what's going on here? What's going on? It would happen to him fairly frequently. See, here, okay, look, here, we've passed it around too much. So now what we need to do is we need to take our time passing it around. We need to lure as many of them out, but they're not taking the bait. They're not taking that lured bait. Thomas Souček, I tell you what they did actually. They stepped forward. Thomas Souček with a big ball forward, puts Jarrod Bowen in a position to battle for it. Nicely done. He's pushed over the guy with a push to the face there. It's a free kick. It's a free kick. Don't get me wrong, he's pissed off. We're the team who look more rattled now, and Jarrod Bowen's going to get a yellow card for dissent against the referee. It was definitely a free kick, but now we're the one who's looking a bit rattled, and it's very annoying. The tables have turned. The tables have turned. We're looking annoyed because they've managed to foul us enough times and not get free kicks, and the referee's been an absolute dickhead about it. But now the tables have turned and we look like the ones who are rattled. Not in the same sense. We aren't rattled playing style, but we're looking frustrated, and they've frustrated us. They've since the Aguerd injury, they have managed it perfectly. Yeah, it's that. It's losing of the heads. The actual. You're right. It's that. Which FIFA was Andy Carroll in? For us, what would it have been? It would be like 14, 15, something like that. I mean, he's here for a couple of years, so he's probably in for quite a while. But when he would have signed in what, FIFA 14 through to 17, 18, 19 maybe. Super useful player. Just whip those balls in. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. They're passing it around fairly comfortably here by Leverkusen, but that's okay. They're not really going anywhere with it. Tapsoba steaming his way forward. Again, let's nip the ball away and just fling it forward. I tell you what, James Ward-Prowse is the only person whose intensity hasn't dropped, probably. He's still running non-stop. Fair play to him. There's been maybe a drop-off from everyone, but James Ward-Prowse is the one who hasn't stopped. That's a handball from Edson. Oh. Somehow we get a free kick. I thought that was a handball quite clearly from Edson Alvarez there. I'm not sure how that happened, but yeah, that's a handball from Edson Alvarez, and somehow we have a free kick. Not a very good referee, is he? We're being honest here. Not a very good free kick. Not a very good ref. He's reversed the decision. He's a mess. He's a mess. He's a mess. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Xabi Alonso and David Moyes are having a frank conversation on the touchline. I'm not sure why. Whipped in. Kurtzuma gets the head away. Edson, nice little first time touch to Mohamed Kudus. Now run with it. Just sprint. Full pace. No stopping. Go, 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 go. It's bad from Kudus. It's bad. He doesn't quite have the space to run just straight in a straight line. So he tries to wiggle his way through. And it comes back to him and he ends up just kicking it in a very odd fashion. Shot from range from Adley gets the block. Yeah, we're tired. James Ward-Prowse is the only one who's still running full pace. Everyone else's levels have dropped. Everyone else's levels have dropped. I would do a second bell, but we don't actually have one. I thought I had like 3. Apparently, we only had 1. Stress. Very stress. Very stress. Otherwise, trust me, I'd be putting that poll in the chat right now. Soufal, going to be a free kick to them. It's annoying. It's really annoying. We're still not out of this. It's just we can't do what we were doing in the first half that was really working for us. Verts, we're looking for the cross towards Tar, who completely misses it. Kudus is going to have the opportunity to control the ball. Does. Takes on his man. Beats him. Play the ball quickly. Play the ball quickly. Play the ball quickly. Hammer Kudus, please. I beg. He had the opportunity to play the ball quickly or sprint forward in a straight line. And what does he do? He turns around. He turns around and passes it backwards. You can't waste these sort of opportunities. When we have the ball, even if you can't pass it forward, just punt it over their back line. Get them running backwards. Adley, that's a beautiful ball round the back for Adley, who's got control of it. He wastes a golden opportunity. He tries way too long, ends up trying to cross the ball. I'm not sure who to, and it's just completely... Was he offside? No, I don't know. He might have been off. He might have been on. It doesn't really make a difference. No, he wastes the opportunity. The thing is, as much as we've slowed down, we're nowhere near out of this game yet. If you said to me there's another goal in this game, I'd believe you. If you said to me there was another goal in this game and it was for one or the other, I would 100% believe you. I just don't know who it's going to be for. But I could 100% see us scoring. We're nowhere near out of this yet. All we need is a single opportunity. The problem is we're not being able to get the ball to Mikel Antonio consistently enough. We just need to punt it into those middle channels. And then at the same time, the pace is benefiting them. But we can't keep up that pace in the first half. So again, it's just got to be those long balls to Antonio's. And we're going to lose out possession when we do that. But that's okay, because that's where the goals are going to come from. We can lose out on possession. That's fine. But that's where the goals are going to come from. Jarrod Bowen looking to nip in on Tapsoba. Can't quite find it. Spin, I think, is going to be a free kick against Jarrod Bowen, who needs to shut up a little bit. I can't lie. Like, I'd be really keen if Jarrod Bowen shut his mouth. He's screaming at the referee, and I'm like, please, I beg. I beg. I know we're all talking about subs, but there's just no one on the bench who's going to change this. There's no one on the bench who's going to change this. Like, I don't want to be that guy about our bench, but like, Anang, Knightsbrig, Johnson, Casey, Orford, Sawyer, Ings, Cornet, and Mubama. None of them are going to change it. I think that looked like Cornet, who was just about to come on, but yeah, Cornet's going to come on, but I can't see him changing it. I mean, I guess you just put him on in a position where he can just run at the back line. Maybe that's how you get that. Maybe that's how you get those long balls being effective again, but I don't know. I don't know who you take him on for. Kudus, maybe? I don't know. And you can't take off Kudus because he has that special something, but like, I don't know what else you do with him. There you go. Kudus picks up the ball. This is why you can't take him off. Run at him. He's got Antonio just to the right. He decides to put it onto his stronger foot and take a shot. Consistently poor decision making from Mohamed Kudus, man. Please, I beg. Well done there from Thomas Suchek and James Ward-Prowse, nipping it away. You can't. James Ward-Prowse is the guy you'd obviously take off, but you can't take off James Ward-Prowse because he's the only guy whose intensity hasn't dropped. You might have to take off Jarrod Bowen because the dude's fucking. He's inching. He wants a red card. He's desperate for it. Sue Faunau picks up a yellow. Then Kurt Zuma picks up a yellow. I don't know what Kurt Zuma's just got a yellow for. I'm done with this referee, bro. I'm actually done with this referee. He's genuinely awful. And you lot know, if you watch almost consistently enough, you know I barely talk about referees. This guy is awful. This guy is awful. Trust me, I'd eat a pizza if I had one. One, because I'm hungry, and two, because I'm here for it. But no clue why Zuma's got a yellow card for that, by the way. He's tried to talk to the ref. The ref just turned around and given him a yellow instantly. Yeah, we're rattled. Elbows out. You know? Get him in there. Alvarez tries to come forward with the ball. Lays it out wide to Aaron Cresswell. Back to Angelo Ogbonna. Kurt Zuma, poor pass forward again on the floor. I don't know why we're doing it, but there we go. Tap sober. Bayer Leverkusen passing it around at the back. Kurt Zuma, poor leg out, and Adley's going to collect the ball. Wide on the left-hand side, just about keeps it in. Boniface goes down very easily under the pressure from Edson Alvarez. They take it quickly. Shot from range from Florian Wirtz. I think takes a deflection. It's going to be a corner. Be interested to see, A, when Cornet does come on, and B, who he comes on for. He is about to come on. He's ready. He's currently taping his wrists. I just heard the words Ben Johnson as well, so we might be seeing Cornet and Johnson. Be keeping you up? I mean, the match is keeping me up. Whipped in from the corner. Good collect from Fabianski. He looks to play it quickly. Boniface just blocks him off. Oh, and then we slow down because of it. Ah. But surely you can't take Bowen off. You can't take him off, but maybe he's... I don't know. I don't know what the option is. I really don't. James Ward-Prowse looking for Mikel Antonio. Can't find him. Down for Alvarez. Kudus does well to get past this man. There's ball in, potentially Michael Antonio looking to battle for it. Jonathan Tah gets his head onto it. Kudus is going to collect the ball wide in that corner quadrant on the left-hand side. Got James Ward-Prowse with him on the underlap. Edson Alvarez is also there. He does really well to take past his man. The ball in's not unreal, but Bowen manages to get the control. It was a nice idea, but he can't quite get there. Good control around from Bayer Leverkusen. They're going to play the ball out there. Boniface finds Jeremy Frimpong. This is a beautiful counter attack from Bayer Leverkusen. Jeremy Frimpong through one-on-one, hits it, and he absolutely skies it. Adley was there. He picks the wrong decision. He should have squared it, and instead he could have put Bayer Leverkusen through. He boots it high, high, high and wide. Beautiful stuff. Alvarez is shattered. You can see it in him. He just started dribbling the ball forward, and there was like a little, as he started moving, the players are absolutely shattered. Big ball over the top for Michael Antonio. Can't quite get the control on Jonathan Tah, who does well that time. Poorly done from foreign verts. He's not had a great game today, and he's going to get a throw in. Cresswell looks to try and take it, but here come the subs. Here come the subs. Johnson for Soufal was the first one. Maxwell Cornet is the other one. For Edson Alvarez, who is confused that he's coming off. I mean, you would imagine then Kudus is going into the 10 position. James Ward-Prowse just drops back into the double pivot alongside Thomas Souček. It's a bold move. It's a very bold move. He's gone for it. He's gone for it. He's taken off Alvarez. We've seen him do this in the past. Taking off Alvarez and putting on attacking players. We've seen him do it. He's done it again here. I think it's a mistake. I can't lie to you. I think it's a mistake. I think James Ward-Prowse has been absolutely unreal at the pressing, and now we've put him in this position where he can't press anymore. It feels like a mistake to me, but he's gone attacking. We can't say he hasn't. Mohamed Kudus trying to dribble past 3 players. As per usual, can't do it. Referee comes across and starts blowing the whistle a lot as there's a... Who is it? Is that Hincapié? Yes, a yellow card for Hincapié. Him and Thomas Souček are pushing each other. A yellow card for Thomas Souček as well. By the way, heads are fully gone, but that's the sort of time wasting they want. Jonathan Tah is congratulating... Sorry, it's not Hincapié. It was Palacios. He's congratulating him on what he just did there. Palacios come across and shouting at the referee. Sorry, Kurt Zouma says 2 words to the referee, gets a yes or yellow. Palacios comes around and starts screaming at him. Nothing. Okay. We look to take the free kick quickly. The ref pulls it back. Look, Moyes has gone for broke. He's gone attacking. He's brought on Maxwell Cornet. He's gone attacking. He's taken off a defensive midfielder. He's brought on a winger. He's gone for it. I think he's done it the wrong way round, personally, but he's gone for it. James Ward-Prowse with a deep corner, with a deep free kick in. Thomas Souček goes down looking for the diving header, can't find it, and it's going to be offside apparently. Eat the baby bell wax. JJ, please, I beg. I've had this conversation many a times on this channel. I shall not be eating the wax. Something's happening on the pitch. There's another yellow card to come out. They're looking to do another change. I think we got a yellow card. Fine. Strangely, it's taken until the 86th minute when they've been time wasting since minute 1 for a yellow card there. Kovar picking up a yellow card now. Big ball forward. Boniface gets the control down. Thomas Souček hooks it forward. Maxwell Cornet. It's almost a 4-4-2. It's almost a 4-4-2. Kudus, sorry, not Cornet in the attacking position, but he's sort of in that 10. Ben Johnson looking to take on his man, does well. Bele in full swing. What's happened now? Okay, it's a free kick. Jarrod Bowen's gone down. Hincapié. 9 yellow cards. 9 yellow cards with 2 reds, obviously for people on the side right, but 9 yellow cards. They're going to make their final chance. It's Wirtz who's coming off, who I'll be honest with you, it's been noticeably poor today. And Andrich coming on. I don't know. Verts has just never really hit it today. It's just never really hit it. There's a red coming potentially. There's 9 yellows, so ball gets booted forward, headed back across goal. Jeremy Frimpong loses out to Angelo Ogbonna. The dome says no. He finds Maxwell Cornet, who's taken up residency on the left wing. Plays it back to Ogbonna and then tries to run central. Nice ball from James Ward-Prowse out wide. Ball in from Cresswell's not bad. It's poor. It's too close to the goalkeeper, but I like that early cross. That's what we want. That's what we need. He's got cramp out here, Aaron Cresswell, by the way. He's looking to try and stretch it. The cross was poor, but I like the idea of taking it quickly. Remember, the second this game is over, whether it's now, whether it's after extra time, whether it's after penalties, whatever happens, remember that Gio will be live at full time straight after this, so stick around on the channel. I'll be spamming that link in the live chat for you. He'll be live straight after this to discuss the game in depth. What did we get 2 likes wise, by the way? 871. Bloody hell. It's complete madness. It's complete and utter insanity. There is Andrich looking to stretch the play. He finds Frimpong. He's got Boniface alongside him. Decides to take the oh, it's 1-1. When the luck goes your way, it's going your way. Frimpong on the edge of the area puts the ball onto his weaker left foot, hits it. It takes a massive deflection, completely wrong. Puts Fabianski, it's in. It's 1-1. And that's them through to the semi-finals, unfortunately. That's them through to the semi-finals, unfortunately. There's no way it's happening. We're not scoring 2. We're not scoring 2. Big applause from the home side. And rightly so. I thought we tried our best. We had him in the first half. If that Aged injury hadn't happened, this game could have been very, very different. Jeremy Frimpong, a huge deflection of Aaron Cresswell. Ogbonna trying to get the block. Can't make it happen. Shot comes in. It takes a big deflection of Aaron Cresswell completely. Wrong foot's Fabianski and it's in. 1-1. They're through to the quarters. They're through to the semis, sorry. And there was a really interesting reaction where obviously the away fans were cheering and everything else, and then there was just a round of applause from the home fans. We gave it all we could. Is it over yet? No, but it certainly feels that way. We've got 10 seconds left of this plus stoppage time. We gave it literally everything we could. We ran ourselves ragged in that first half. Second half, we just haven't had the legs to carry on. It's been an awful refereeing performance. It's been one of the worst refereeing performances I've seen in a long time. God, awful refereeing performance. It's a shame. It's a massive, massive shame. Adley picks up a yellow. That's a 10th yellow in the game. Short free kick from James Ward-Prowse. Finds Ben Johnson looking to play it in first time. Wins a corner. Still haven't seen what the stoppage time is, by the way. It's going to be a corner to us. James Ward-Prowse is going to take it. Outswinger from the right-hand side. If you're new around here, make sure to subscribe. Most consistent fan channel, West Ham fan channel when it comes to watch-alongs. Whipped in towards the back stick. Header. Save. Would have been nice if we'd beaten their unbeaten records. That would have been good. Even if we didn't go through, that would have been nice. But unfortunately, it wasn't to be. So check with the header. Ends up being the hands of the goalkeeper. Yeah, I think we're the only one. I think we're the only one streaming tonight. At least it was the only one I saw. I know someone was saying that I was the only one. I didn't know. So if there was ever proof of what I say about being the most consistent, then I don't know what more there is. And like the video because it helps us out massively. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all being here. It's been, I think, one of the most viewed ones ever. Consistently views-wise, been over 1,000, which is, it's not common that we hit over 1,000 anyway at any point. And it's been over 1,000 for the majority of the game. So I massively appreciate you all. James Ward-Prowse picks up the ball, strides with it forward. We've got 2.5 more minutes to go. Throw into us. Jarrod Bowen takes it quickly. It's a poor West Ham throw, but we managed to keep possession of the ball just about. Big ball forward. Antonio gets the control down. Oh, Kudus was arriving. Doesn't quite make it work, and Frimpong looks to try and charge his way forward. Fair play, Maxwell Cornet. He wins a free kick somehow as well. He does really well to steam in and stop Frimpong from going forward. Frimpong's going to go down holding his ankle. I suspect he'll get up and be fine, if I'm being honest. Boniface is telling him to stay off the pitch, so I suspect he's going to be fine. I suspect this is purely what they call in the business time wasting. Shockingly. Shockingly. Big ball forwards. Taps over, gets the header down. James Ward-Prowse, first time pass into the path of Kudus. James Ward-Prowse has had a brilliant game today. Finds Ben Johnson, looks to try and cross it across. Doesn't make it work, and they can come away with it. Adley on the ball now. He's got Boniface to his left-hand side. He's got Frimpong to his far on his right-hand side. Shockingly, he's up. Poor pass from Adley, but Frimpong collects it. He might fancy his chances. He's already got one. Sides to play it short to Boniface. Good first touch. Good second. Hits it, and thankfully it goes high and wide. High and wide from Victor Boniface there. James Ward-Prowse plays it out to Aaron Cresswell. Antonio tries to play the ball forward to Maxwell Cornet. He does well. Good first time touch from Cornet as well. Couldn't quite get on the end of it. Andrich defending well. 30 seconds left. 25 seconds left. I've just been booked. You hate to see it, Dean. You absolutely hate to see it. Cookie bot? Tranquilo? Tranquilo? Long throw from Mikel Antonio. Angelo Ogbonna trying to get onto it. Thomas Souček gets his head in there. Bounces back. James Ward-Prowse finds Ben Johnson. Go on, have a swaz, Bele. Has a swaz. Takes it past his man. Hits it. Bele. Oh, it had it for a moment. For a brief moment, I thought we were going to leave Europe with a Bele screamer. But it doesn't quite work. And there it is. There is the final whistle. 1-1. 1-1. Leverkusen go through. Personally, I'm happy with the performance. I think we put everything we could into that first half. After the Aged thing, they controlled the game a bit more. We just didn't have the legs in that second half to carry on going. Devastating. Devastating. Fair play. But realistically, Leverkusen deserved it. There isn't anything else in that sense. Leverkusen did deserve it. We gave what we could. I'm happy, as everyone said at the beginning, that we didn't go out with a whimper. Far from it. We went out fighting. We went out swinging. It could have been so unbelievably close. But unfortunately, it wasn't to happen. It wasn't to happen tonight, which it is what it is. We've gone up against one of the best teams in Europe. Arguably the best team in Europe this year. And we held our own in this second leg. First leg obviously could have been very much different. It is what it is. Kurt Zuma, Mikel Antonio still having conversations with the ref, but let's be real, it's too late for that. It's too late for that. Gio will be live though. That's what it's not too late for. Gio's beautiful live match review, which will be happening in a few moments' time. Make sure to go click on that link I'm spamming in and like that chat. We are dangerously close to 1,000 likes on this video, by the way. We're at 926, which is just completely insane. Thank you very much if you're watching. If it is your first time, you can pop back. We are the most consistent West Ham fan channel when it comes to watch-alongs. We have our full suite of matchday coverage every single game with the build-up show, the watch-along, and then, of course, our live match review. So make sure to come back if you haven't already. Subscribe, hit that button notification so you miss out on future videos, and, of course, like the video. But more importantly, hit that link there, the one I've just spammed in the chat. Go across to Gio's live review, which will be happening in a few moments' time, and spam the like button over there as well. Because I'll tell you what, we're 49 away from hitting 1,000 on here. Let's see if we can match that over on their review as well. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. West Ham's European journey for this year is over. It seems like we might not be able to get it next year as well, depending on how the league goes. But you'll best believe you'll be able to find out in the watch-alongs. Thank you very much once again to Emiliano, to Dave, to Sam, to Tom, to Kez, to Juan, to Jeffrey, to Susan, and once more to Dave. Massively appreciate you all. Helps us out massively. See you all on the flip side, and see you all for Sunday. Appreciate you all. See you later. Bye.